one specific guy. You think Duracho is the guy you have to take out on that team?
I'm not sure. We have really good 5 players. We're not focusing on one guy, which is just trying to do the best draft for us and some how to explain and not just not giving them their best heroes.
Absolutely. You say you're trying to do the best draft for you, but we see a hero like Beastmaster come out. This guy has a 23% win rate. I mean, not a lot of guys are doing well with him. How is that one good for you?
Because a lot of offlane heroes was banned and wasn't the dream pick, but I was thinking like it's one of the best pick we could do right now, so we decided to pick him.
Well, you guys have made it something different. So that 23%, that's going to be you, I'm sure of it. All right, well, best of luck in your series. We'll go ahead and go over to our casters.
First blood coming out from Spirit as Soxa does what Soxa does, only on Night Stalker though, which is die repeatedly and then somehow win his games anyway. Very impressive stuff. As welcome everybody to the lower bracket semis between Tundra and Team Spirit. Winner of this series will face off tomorrow against Falcons in the lower bracket finals. Cinderin?
Yes, that is correct.
What do you think of the lineups? We get an Alki game again.
Yeah, Tundra seemingly the only top team in this tournament that repeatedly wants to run this hero. I mean, they're winning with it, so can't blame them. But it is curious to see none of the other teams really drawing any inspiration from that, because there's plenty of players in these remaining lineups that play really good alchemists. It's not specifically a Duracho only hero, but we'll see. Maybe other teams will get inspired a little bit toward the final day, but this time around it will be Radon playing as Gyro, and he's going to be very happy because he got first blood, which you saw in the tail end of the interview, onto Soxa. And I think it was this 2 days ago, Tundra played this exact lane, the Sand King Night Stalker. They played it against Jakiro Ursa.
Yep.
And they got obliterated.
Yep.
Now they're playing against Jakiro Gyro.
I don't remember if they won or lost that game, though.
They got stomped.
Okay.
Completely run over by Gaimin Gladiators. Okay. They run it back here against, once again, the Jakiro and an open pick carry. I really wonder what it is Tundra see in this combination, considering just how much they got exploited the last time around. That makes them feel confident to do it again here. I mean, obviously Ursa is banned, so it wasn't going to be that exact hero, but there's other carries that are strong.
How often do pros kind of, I know how important the laning stage is, but how often is like, let's just get through the laning stage and then after that, these heroes will be super valuable for us.
But that's the thing though, are they valuable?
Oh, so you're saying that even then you don't see it?
It's because specifically if Sand King and Night Stalker lose their lane, I think both heroes have a really steep recovery curve. We saw in the last game that we just cast, Saberlight did end up winning on Night Stalker. He was obviously also a core, but when that hero had a bad lane, it took a very long time for him to actually truly come back in that game. By all means, the hero still offers interesting utility, especially as a support, but a Sand King with a tough laning stage, I have not been impressed by this hero at all. It's looked good in games where it gets to float the lane and do all right. You can already see here the makings of a potentially very one-sided affair up here. Gyro 12-3, soon to be 15-3, against, I suppose, a potential 10-0 Sand King isn't the worst. They got some good wave pull here with Soxa.
Yeah, Yotoro's not going to get that range creep. He's going to be very upset about that one, Cinderin.
Oh.
It's a 3 melee wave. He's like, what the fuck have you done to me? I need that range creep. Doesn't really sound like Yotoro at all. He seems pretty chill overall.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, we'll see how this works out for... I'm very interested in the Duracho and how fast they're going to be playing, because they are against this Beastmaster on Collapse. Slacks, of course, talking about the win rate right now. I feel like the win rates to this point don't even matter when these players are playing these types of heroes that they're super comfortable with, and Collapse plays basically everything in the off lane.
The meta changes over time, right? If Beastmaster has a low win rate, but he was picked very early by weaker teams, you know, it's obviously gonna, the win rate is gonna tank really hard. That doesn't mean the hero is bad, it just means maybe he was overrated or picked in the wrong situations.
Yeah.
And you heard it in the Salon interview, right? He was like, yeah, we know Beastmaster isn't the top pick right now, but a lot of offlaners were banned. We thought it was the best option for this situation. And, you know, maybe that's where Beastmaster's at right now. He's like maybe the 4th or 5th best offlane hero. So...
We got TPs in here. Avalanche from Laurel. BZM Okay, nice silence from Sox that can prevent any shenanigans, at least delay things. There's a water rune that BZM will be able to pick up.
Yep. And we talked about the gyro against tanking lane being good for the gyro. Obviously, Alchemist against Beastmaster is also traditionally good for Alk as long as he doesn't get run over in the first few waves by some really strong support. Oh, that's a good setup.
In a horrific spot.
He's just dead, right?
In all likelihood, used to get him here.
Blood grenade.
Blood grenade from Aposhka finishes the job. So 2-0 start for Spirit. Soxa can only watch on.
Seeing the swarm down bottom. This Weaver facet is just so weird. It's like he's throwing it out for harassment, but he just feels really good about himself because he's just getting levels.
Yeah, but Darachi also gets more gold for killing them. So he's gonna
yeah,
be also
there's a
quite
little
happy.
bit of a counterbalance there, but so far, definitely so good bottom here for Spirit. Collapse is having a better time than the Sand King is on the other side of the coin. So I think overall they're pretty happy with the way this is starting out. Radon. That said, though, 33 has really good levels because Soxa has given a ton of solo to 33.
He's chasing him to the ends of the earth, forces out the sandstorm, doesn't have vision here.
Meposhka is coming, though.
We'll be happy with that.
Also without detection.
Yeah, that's right.
They can
buddy
together walk away.
And the fact that he's a higher level than Yotoro, that is good news for Tundra, as Whitemon going to get hit by the axes. No follow-up, though. Get to see another Tinker Stinker game.
Interesting detail up top here, by the way. I find usually if you play Gyro plus a push-out support in lane that you don't want to block big. Almost every single safe lane duo in this patch blocks the big camp. You see the replay here as he was tossed into tower, but when the big camp is blocked by the safe lane team, it's usually because the off lane team can use it to leverage and stabilize the lane, or rather destabilize it almost. But when you're playing, we'll wait with that for a second. Let's see if they can run him down. Doesn't look particularly likely here that Laurel's in trouble.
Yep, Rue. He's going to get some nice levels from the swarm on Soxa.
Yeah, so silly. Yeah, maybe we can just finish the ward talk here, because it is really important for this type of lane. If you're playing Gyro plus push-out support, usually you leave big camp open so that you can push out the wave and then pull both the big and the small camp. But against the Sand King, they actually opted to keep it blocked the entire duration of the laning stage. This big camp has been unavailable. And that obviously means in a situation like this, where Radon is pushing it out, they can't use this to just pull and get extra golden experience for the Gyro right now. So that to me is a little bit surprising, but maybe the pros and cons here, maybe it's outweighing it when they pull waves.
They're posturing to try to take this Wisdom Shrine in 5 seconds.
33 is level 6 in the fog.
He is. Are they going to get more TPs in the way? 33 is going to show himself, going to prevent that from coming out. Gets off the epicenter, but he's just going to die.
He got the shrine, though.
Oh, he does. They actually went outside of it. Okay.
They did.
Is he going to be able to get the trade onto the Weavers? Maposhka in the trees. BZM shows up with the Dragon Tail laser from Whitemon, finishes it. So 2 for 1.
That's a very big rotation from Tundra, though. They're bringing over all those heroes, but they did get the rune, or the shrine, rather. Of course, onto 33.
Yeah, it still might be considered a rune. You just can't pick it up anymore, man.
Yeah, I guess. That is kind of what runes are, though.
You pick it up automatically. Kind of like, well, I mean, if Arc Warden picks up automatically with his facet, what happens then?
It's a bit of a stretch, but you're doing it in my favor, so I'll allow it. 33.
He's at half health. They have the vision right now, and Rue on the outskirts. Gonna get the Burrow Strike off.
Get the dive
finally
bomb
gets the Swarm, but here comes Laurel with an Avalanche to get the kill.
They're really piling on heroes down here. All 4 of them down in the bot area. Just Meposhka sitting mid. He'll find himself a nice little invis rune, so... Yep, this tower, probably not long for this world. I don't see Tundra interested in TPing down multiple heroes, with Sand King, the biggest defender of theirs, being dead. So this is a very successful move, considering this tower was full HP. They get to take down the entirety of it in one swoop. And now Radon TPing mid. They're thinking about potentially doing something more than just farming this wave with the Invis on Meposhka, though. He's kind of lingering here, but killing Dragon Knight will be tough. Maybe with another hero rotating in soon. Could happen. But as it looks, maybe it's just going to be a little bit of chilling here. No, he's still sticking around on Meposhka. The Invis is about to run out, though.
I mean, even with that death, BZM with a 500 gold lead right now.
He got spotted by a ward on the Ice Path.
So he's been doing quite well in this lane, but you're right, Spirit are going to group up again to at least do some heavy damage to this tier 1. And Darachi is going to be forced out of his jungle.
This feels like it's flat out a call by design of being against the Night Stalker support. That they feel like they can pressure that bit extra. Miposhka actually going to live here against the Dragon Tail chase down with Dragon Form as well. Now, maybe we go back the other way. Tundra, they might want to do this now because Sox is hitting 6, but he gets hit by the call down.
Uh-oh. Soxa is going to drop. Yatoro with a solo kill.
He was 1 creep away from 6.
Tundra. They're still going to poke away at this with the Dragon Form. It is the Corrosive Dragon after all. Miposhka ready to defend, but Tundra will back away. So 33 will be going for a Blink Dagger first. Always interested to see what Sand Kings go for. I feel like it's one of these offlaners. There's so many different types of builds you can go for. And now that Bloodstone doesn't increase AoE, I mean, do you consider there to be any kind of standard build-up on this hero these days?
It's still going Bloodstone, right? It seems to be, at least we've seen that in a couple of games that we've cast. Still do it. Oh, Night Stalker in there.
Prevent any stun action
Easy
from
kill.
coming out. Collapse will die. BZM. Kill goes his way.
33's rushing Blink. I don't know, I think theoretically there's a place for this hero also buying auras. There was a phase in Dota, if you remember, where Sand Kings were buying double Bracer into Pipe and then they weren't buying Dagger at all.
Yeah.
They were kind of just tanking. I wonder if that playstyle is just dead, because we haven't really seen it much, but in theory, the hero can still do quite a bit of control in fights with just a 4-level stun Burrow Sandstorm and then tankiness.
Laurel wants this. He's got the haste rune activated now. Avalanche.
Not be able to
Gonna
toss.
prevent the toss from coming out.
For
Not
now.
gonna last that long,
And
though.
now he can toss.
Oh, the tree line gets off the toss, but BZM with the Dragon Tail. Is there any other follow-up?
Negative.
No.
Can see Miposhka's build here with Icebreaker. He's still going 2-1-2 on the Jakiro, so plenty of room to grow on the Ice Path impact. Wonder why he wanted the second point in Liquid Fire, if it was just flat out a laning consideration against the 2 melee heroes, or if it was for the push bot. But I feel like maybe, has this been the standard build in your... We've cast this hero a decent amount. It just, for some reason, it stands out. I thought mostly they were going at least slightly different. But
For which one?
for Jakiro, being 2-1-2. I feel like we've seen more 3-1-1 or 1-3-1, but maybe I'm just making
I'm not-
that up.
I'm
not
not
sure.
sure.
Okay.
We have seen a lot of Jakiro. That's true.
Yeah, so you would
The fact
think...
that we don't know is pathetic, and we should quit our jobs.
Well, otherwise, that does mean that there just are different build paths, right? So there is no clear
Sure,
consensus.
we'll go with that.
Yep. We're very smart.
Definitely the case.
Yep. Some of us are very smart.
True. No, Yatoro's courier gets
Ooh,
killed.
Laurel with
Blade
the
of
amp
Alacrity.
damage rune. Might prompt a mid push, potentially, from Spirit. They'll be very strong in that fight.
Yeah, so this is, we talked about this, I think it was yesterday, where the mid tiny, if they don't get off to a good start, or at least snowball a bit, they tend to fall off. Right now, the bottom of the cores is Laurel. When do you think is, obviously, he has Blink Dagger, and it's still 1,000 gold away, actually, so.
Yeah, it's going to take a while for him to recover. On the other side of the coin, Tundra, all cores are doing well. We were concerned for the Sand King. I think mission accomplished. He's level 11. BZM's level 9. So 33 finding ridiculous amounts of experience on his own up here, just farming waves and camps. He's going to... Does he have an item coming? Does he have the dagger? I think the dagger's on its way. He's just hiding it in the trees, actually. He doesn't want to show it. So Tundra, plenty of tools. He's going to TP in. Blink Dagger at the ready. Oh, Laurel's in trouble here. Oh, he's cooked.
At B, initiation, Burrow Strike. Laurel is the main recipient of that. Whitemon with no mana to speak of, though. There's the Ice Path Macropire defense mechanism from Spirit, but Laurel gonna get chased down eventually by Soxa.
Yeah.
And they get the kill they came for.
That's an excellent Blink reveal from 33. Really, really good stuff.
Oshka, that was close. Double stun.
Bonus kill and a D-ward. They found everything they wanted there. Tower defense, 2 kills, D-ward. All of it off a Sand King Dagger reveal. And, like I was talking about, it was possible Spirit wanted to push there because of the amp damage rune on Tiny. They were just not aware that 33 was this farm. Of course, in the meantime, Alchemist will just keep ramping up the gold. So this is a 30-minute Radiance.
Oh, he gets off Chemical Rage.
Still,
Is it enough?
it's
No.
not even remotely close. They could have overkilled him by a full health bar, I think.
Jeez, that was really good reaction time, though. I'm impressed, Duraccio.
Yeah.
But you did die.
Maybe old Alchemist could have survived that by dodging the stun through the transformation immunity.
Yeah, that's I forgot about that.
For some reason, Huerta has that now. That's very weird.
Whoa! Barely getting it.
Nice steal.
And the TP out. Nicely done.
Clutch.
Whitemon will get the other.
Yep. Very high support levels now as a result on the Tundra side. Both almost level 9. Look at the other side. Mipushka 7.5 and Rue 7.75. So more than a level and a half average advantage here for Tundra's supports, courtesy of those shrines in particular. And we haven't really talked very much about Whitemon this game. He's just chilling. He's playing Tinker, and we've seen his Tinker take over a game and become a core. So if he gets to just have a good time, farm up, there's plenty of potential
Gonna be
here.
spotted. BZM from the high ground. They're gonna see that Collapse has now taken the Aegis. Do they want to continue to fight this? Laurel, he is gonna be okay. Nice ice path. Oh, I say that, 33. He's gonna actually help secure the kill. So another death for Laurel. This Tiny is falling off pretty hard right now, and it's not like this is a right-click Tiny, at least not now. It's the magic damage initiation.
The good news for him is his other two cores are having really good games, and they do a ton of damage. So as long as he can catch and set stuff up, and they have the Swarm as well to help with a little more amp, Daracho will not get this kill. Rue can Shikuchi that off. That's the silver lining here, is it is not a game where Tiny needs to pop off. But he does need to also not completely stink, right? Oh god, I love that word combination. I'm gonna use that way more.
Okay, good to know. It's a very high-class word.
Beastmaster with the Aegis.
Oh, nice ice path with the macro fire. They had the vision, but now Soxa with the ult comes in. Crippling Fear is doing a lot. 33 is going to be the trade from Mipushka. Definitely not what Tundra want to see. Soxa, homing missile, dinky, but Whitemon is there with the shield. And Collapse, one more axis should do the job. Call down, going to do some residual damage. Daracho gets the stun onto Radon, but he's going to be able to stay around much longer. Does not have his ult right now. Burrow Strike coming in for 33 into the Breathe Fire. Collapse, loses the Aegis.
Laurel's here.
Uses the blink. Oh, he doesn't have the blink with him at the moment, actually, using the Avalanche to try to keep them at bay. But the Dragon Tail and the right clicks will suffice. As Radon attempting to go through the gates, he'll get out successfully as we have a double Burrow Strike into the epicenter from 33. He's one of the most farmed heroes on the map. The Avalanche, not quite enough. Another defense matrix onto 33. And now double stun again from BZN and company onto Laurel. Another death for the Tony, as Spirit will lose this fight.
That's a really nice result for Tundra. They had to buy back 33 on the Sand King, but that was the Aegis fight. Beastmaster is super scary at this point in time when he has Aegis because he gets so much value out of it in every fight. And if they would have been on the receiving end instead, they would have also lost the Tormentor, but now they get to claim it for the Tundra side, and that is a very welcome shard for Soxa. It feels so good to get this on support NS for free.
Yep.
Gonna ramp up his farm, gonna give him way more team fight impact because he can reset and rejoin fights. He's just gonna munch away at a neutral ever so often. It's like, if you think about how supports wish they could buy Midas, this is the closest you're gonna get.
Yeah, it's a mini Midas, for sure. He can eat the boars, of course.
Yep, that too.
If it was a Helm of the Overlord type of Beastmaster, he could eat the Ancients if it was nighttime.
I believe he cannot eat the Beastmaster ones anymore, or was that not changed?
What do you mean, the Overlords?
Yeah, I'm actually not sure.
Uh-oh. This is a big pick-off onto BZM. He's stuck in the Macropire, dead.
Literally cooked to a crisp. He had a 4-kill streak, so a lot of gold for Laurel. Now he's actually ahead of Sand King because of the buyback and that kill streak.
That's true.
So Laurel is kind of recovered. And
yeah, but look at Soxa. He's not far behind.
It's fun to look at the net worth distribution, though, right? Because it's the carry versus carry, and then it's the mid versus offlaner for the next two positions. It kind of just swapped priority almost. Mid tower now going to Rue. But you're right, Night Stalker definitely pulling way ahead of the competition in terms of support gold and courtesy of the 1400 gold shard, of course.
It looks to be an Aura build for 33. He is going Crimson and then into the pipe that you talked about.
I like it. I don't know, man. I'm not sold on this Bloodstone anymore. So I think this is cool. It's also a really good Crimson game. You're against Flak Cannon. You're against Beastmaster.
So
even some Residual Weaver.
Is it just a casual Voodoo Mask then?
I think so.
Maybe Bloodstone later on if it gets to that point.
It could be. It could also be that he originally was planning Bloodstone, but then he had the buyback into, just the flat out the buyback set him back too much maybe, and he feels like the timing's going to be off. Voodoo Mask isn't bad on this hero as just a value item either. It's pretty decent. And it gains value the more EHP you have, because then it's more likely that you get to heal. So when you get the Crimson, the Voodoo Mask by extension is a much better item.
No. Well, Rue in the meantime has a Spirit Vessel.
On the hunt, we'll find Soxa here, Tiny on the way. Yep. Soxa's in big trouble. He has to ult to live here.
He will do just that.
He's
Crippling
still in
into
trouble.
the attempted TP, but Laurel there with the Avalanche. This is going to be enough. They take out Rue, actually. Soxa turning that around, but bottom lane, this is a bigger kill. 33 is going to dodge the Macropire. Looks like they don't have vision.
I'm surprised Laurel couldn't find a toss up there. Wasn't there a creep he could toss or something? That would have been a kill on NS with Crash.
33 getting in really deep. This is a 1 versus 3 now. Attempting to get out of dodge. Whitemon there to help out with the barrier. Soxa now.
Yeah, ult is ending, but it's natural night. Well, actually the nighttime is ending now, isn't it? So will be a weak spot now, or a weak timing for the NS. Or did we just cross on into night? Oh yeah,
This is regular night.
We just crossed into night.
Laurel, he's gonna find Soxa though, despite it being nighttime.
Yeah, it doesn't matter whether it's day or night. If you get jumped on the low ground, you have no idea it's coming. This area of the map, you see Soxa drawing the circle there. This is like... It's a really dangerous spot to be in general. When Beastmaster controls the bottom half, if you ever make your way in there...
Whoa!
Okay.
Whoa!
Midas on Laurel.
Wow.
Okay.
Interesting.
Not a common pickup against Alchemist. Or for mid-Tiny for that matter, but he feels like he needs it to get the...
Very interesting.
Get the catch up here. But yeah, once again, probably feeling confident that he can ride off of the other two cores having good games, and that this greed could pay off down the stretch.
Radiant are scanning.
I don't know. We've seen this bite people in the ass before.
We have. It doesn't feel like a game where Tundra just runs down and
Aurora
owns them
from
now.
Collapse with the drums of Slom. BZM. Is he actually just going to die solo here? Yes. Wrong place, wrong time for BZM.
Really nice way of utilizing the Glimmer. He keeps poking and prodding, but only for so long that the Dragon Tail doesn't go off. So he keeps fading in and out of invisibility by hitting Dragon Knight in the back. And now BZM has the dust.
will run into the entirety of Tundra, so it'll be a trade, but still one that Spirit will take.
He's deceptively tanky, actually.
I feel like we always say that about Jakiro.
Yeah. Well, Solar helps, obviously.
Radiant's middle tower.
Obviously.
Surprising. Indubitably. My good sir.
My good sir.
Dyrachyo, almost Sanji and Yasha completed. I haven't talked about him too much. He's kind of just been farming away, but not by an obscene amount. This 5k gold lead does not seem that big.
It feels quite even, I would say, right now. And Root, he's spotted. Oh, mass TP's actually 33.
Oh, nice
Lost vision, but he
juke.
gets the burrow successfully. I don't even know if they knew he hit him.
God, that is a godlike juke.
Wow.
That is flat out
He's
just
out.
perfect play. The thing, yeah, Burrow Strike doesn't have a visual indicator if you hit a hero in the fog. So you don't know where you connected it there, or that whether you connected it at all. Found the perfect little corner there. That was beautiful. Excellent juke. Collapse. Oh, Dyrachyo in the middle of the map!
All down is coming for you. Well, we've talked about it before. How will Tundra take advantage of this death that Dyrachyo bestowed upon us all?
Us all. This is almost a max. Is almost max.
No, it's not even up.
Yeah, it's a maximum timer, more or less. It says 2:26 until guaranteed respawn, but you look at the clock and you see that it is a lot. Thank you, Valve, for the exact number for spectators. We love to wonder. It's about 2 minutes, right?
Sure.
Give or take. Do you know at all how to read it?
I mean, yeah, there's 3 minutes.
What do you mean?
There's 3 minutes there, Cinderella.
Between what and what?
There and there.
Okay.
I mean, I understand that the one that's in the middle is when it's actually going to spawn. The one on the top is the max timer. So yeah,
Dire's top tower
you
is
can
under
roughly
attack.
read it like a caveman looking at sketches. Ancient language. Oh, BZM, too slow. What about BZM? It feels like his game has dropped off quite a bit.
Yeah, he's been quiet after a pretty good start.
He's got the BKB and at times well with the Crimson, so...
In
do
theory,
they
they have
have
a
the
good timing,
damage?
but they don't have Blink on Duracho yet because he went SNY first. And it feels difficult for Alchemist to enter the fight on his terms if he doesn't have the dagger. So I think waiting for Duracho to hit that timing is very valuable. They're checking the Roche, it's not up. If they could see the clock, I think they would still camp there and not understand how to read it.
Yep, of course.
They would wait.
Understandable. These are pro players we're talking about.
Okay, that's unnecessarily insulting.
We're all in the same boat here.
Revenant's Brooch
Smoke
for
from
Radan.
Spirit. Yeah, Yatoro very strong right now. 33, he's gonna get tossed into the call down. He's dead. I think the fight just ends. Tundra needs to get the hell out of here.
Oh, BZM
Talks
is
onto the high
stuck.
ground. BZM pops his BKB. Looks like they want to try to fight this. Has the defense matrix on him as well. As they do focus down Maposhka to start things out. Radon on the run. BKB's already run out. Duracho slapping him with those sticks as Soxa gonna try to pursue Laurel. Gets breathed fired, and somehow Tundra are actually doing this. They take out Radon as well. And they're gonna perhaps take Rue. They have the vision, they have the radiance, they have the kill. 4 for 2.
Damn.
They lost Sand King immediately and still won that fight. I have no idea how. Break it down, Cinderin.
It's difficult to fight in the marches, and Alchemist just had a totally free fight. Look at the damage numbers. So despite not having the blink on Duracho, he was there more or less from the start and just got around and slapped people non-stop. The minus armor from him, the minus armor from Dragon Knight. It's a ton of damage, and you just keep trying to keep heroes alive as long as possible on Tinker, and that's the pesky thing about this hero is you burn a lot of stuff killing the Sand King, and now you start playing zone control against Tinker. A lot of the time he's going to beat you at that game. Even if you do kill him, it takes so many resources.
Oh my god, that roar is absurd! Basically insta-gib Soxa. Roche is beating the shit out of BZM. Collapse will steal it from him as Duracho does get 1 kill, but the Roche attempt has been thwarted, to say the least. You can see Whitemon and Duracho still want to fight here.
Oh.
Or at least trying to make it difficult. 33, he'll find Collapse. Duracho will get the stun off onto Laurel, who jumps in with just the toss. And Collapse, he's going to go in deep. Has the drums of Slum, no Primal Roar. Crimson Guard to mitigate a decent amount of damage. He uses his Epicenter, but it's not going to do too much here as the homing missile's coming for you, and so is Yatoro himself.
Collapse is level 20
Jesus.
on Beastmaster. He is having an insane game right now. For comparison, Duracho on Alchemist is level 19, and that's after that previous teamfight win and the fact that he's the position 1 that's been more or less free farming. And this, as much as Tundra just won the previous fight, swung back the other way very quickly with that nice Macropyre Roar combo in the pit. And probably, Tundra might have overestimated just how quickly they kill Roche. And don't really blame them for it. You've got Green Dragon, you've got Alk, but without something like a Bloodthorn, the Roche kill does take some time.
Yeah.
And a big punish. Now Laurel gonna find Soxa. Reserving the toss for the time being. He might just,
Yeah, force out his ult.
He doesn't have TP, so he's kind of stuck up here.
Spirit
He'll
have
eat a creep.
4.5 minutes to...
He's giving really good intel right now if he were to stick around on the left. He's flying off all the way on the right, as a matter of fact. Guess they just don't want to fight the Aegis. Tundra just want to chill, and that will cost them the Torment.
Radiant are scanning.
They are being scanned, but this is Team Spirits to take. They don't have to wait out an AA ult this time. As Rue will get the shard, so not the greatest on supports, but still better than nothing. Soxa will steal a shrine, as Collapse will take out many a tree just to get the vision that he needs. Roar onto Soxa.
Right? No, he can't TP out.
And he will eventually be run down.
Wow, this hero, Beastmaster, very bad. 23% win rate.
Yeah, it looks terrible.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Trash.
Why are people picking this?
I mean, there's certain teams, there's certain players. It just literally doesn't matter what the percentage is. You're like, oh, yeah, even if the hero doesn't even make sense, like, yeah, he's just really good with the hero. Pick it. Why not?
But that's what's. I mean, that's also the beauty of the game, right? Is that there might be like 3 or 4 heroes that are meta and are just quote unquote considered just better, but in the right circumstance with the right player. I'm talking about lists like Beastmaster is some out of meta pick, right? It really isn't. It's still a really good hero, but the win rate doesn't reflect it. But the deeper in the tournament you go, the more of these kind of heroes you see surfacing because the meta develops, other heroes start getting banned, you start targeting offlaners perhaps a little bit more in the draft to get an edge. And then you look for something like this.
Do you think he gets tired of the drum going off constantly?
No, I think people actually vibe with that.
It never changes pitch or anything.
It changes tempo though.
It's like having tinnitus in a way,
Bonk.
with a lot of bass. I just throwing it out there. Collapse will be finishing the Shivas once he has enough for the ridiculously expensive recipe. Is that the most expensive recipe in the game?
I think so, yeah.
Pretty crazy how far we've come.
Remember the patch before it got changed, just how broken Shivas was in that one?
It was very good, yes.
It was like 3 per team every game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Very
We have
interesting.
a smoke from Tundra. Need to get back into this game.
Still 2
They
minutes on
lead.
Radon's Aegis. This is not an easy fight to access, but they're trying to get a flank around.
Yep.
Smoke breaking instantly.
Immediately breaks. Nice avalanche from Laurel to try to disengage, but a double burrow strike is there from 33. BKB now from Laurel. Call down comes out. They get the toss up. That's the death of the Sand King already. Dyrachyo still wants to fight. Laurel gonna brush it off with the BKB. Crippling Fear onto the Weaver. Can they get him before it goes up? Yes. He does die. 33 buys back into the game. Laurel wants to get the hell out of here. Will TP? No. Burrow Strike finds him by 33. Dyrachyo will slap him to death. The Poshka will be next as well. So 3 dead. Aegis still intact. Did cost a buyback again. So that's the second buyback from 33.
Yep. He's definitely sacrificing some of his game, but the good news is his hero doesn't need to get mega farmed because he has Tinker position 5 who will also get there. Whitemon with the Greaves, Solar, Locket, and now working on Lens, and you imagine the next item will be that Aghanim Scepter. So you're seeing this 2-man burrow. Nice Sandstorm placement. They're just going to pile on him and take him out, but it takes them a lot of resources. They use this tiny BKB. He then continues to be chased down. A really nice find from Saksa onto the Weaver. Trying his best to stay alive, but not going to happen. And as the fight develops and the spells all come off cooldown again, Tundra just stronger with the buyback.
Yeah, Rude really needs a Force Staff. Badly.
Yeah.
Whoever the Night
That's
Stalker
a fair
goes on,
point.
you Force
Him-
Staff yourself or them.
Him opting for Lotus over that might turn out to be a mistake, because even if his mindset is, I'm going to buy this Lotus to protect my cores and make them stronger against Alk, you could also argue that Force Staff is also useful in the same type of situations, but then you also have the luxury of saving yourself. So, yeah, I kind of agree with that. I think he should have bought the items in opposite order, especially because now he's stuck with half a Lotus, which is even worse.
Yeah.
Now you just have a random
Tomorrow,
leftover
8
box.
seconds on Aegis. They can try to work on him now. Depending on the time, they're going to get Dragon Tail. They're not really going to do too much. They're going to let it expire the old-fashioned way.
That's how everything, as old-fashioned expiry is for things to expire.
The old-fashioned way,
Yep.
as they like to say in the old times.
What's modern expiry, Shannon, if it isn't running out of time?
Well, it's dying and coming back to life.
That's also a type of expiry.
Yeah, the old-fashioned way.
Yep, got it.
I mean, the old-fashioned way was having 3 charges of Aegis that you would purchase in the shop.
That's very old-fashioned, yeah.
Bro, he's gonna
Dyrachyo.
spot out too. Dyrachyo fast BKB, but he gets the roar on top of him. Call down with the macro fire, creating a lot of space. Dyrachyo is actually going to be able to run out? Question mark. He's very low. He actually gets forced out to safety. Saksa is dead. Whitemon will sacrifice himself to try to save his position 1. He'll do so successfully. Dyrachyo gets back to base, but Spirit's still going to be happy with this.
That almost seemed like a bait, but it's kind of hard to believe that it was based on the fact that Sand King didn't show up. So,
Yeah, true.
I don't know.
And this is where the buildings will evaporate with
They push
Beastmaster,
stupid.
Tiny, and a really farmed Gyro.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
They're going to try to
Dire's middle tower is under
Press the issue a little bit here.
No Aegis.
There is a glyph.
And Dragon Form is ending soon from BZM. So this is going to be tough. This is going to be a tower. They fort.
There's still the banner, though. Are they just going to sell it? Yeah, they are. Okay. They'll go back. And if you thought it was a fake back, it will be shown now through gyro bottom. And that's why Tundra are confident to just run straight forward with Radon showing bot. Take out the banner, but that's a base tower. It's step 1 for Spirit. Trying to finish off this game now. It's ironic to say that out loud as if they're close when they're 6k gold behind and the graph is like dead even. But
everything goes out the window in terms of these graphs when there's an alchemist in the game.
I thought you were going to say Duracho.
Well, okay, I can actually say it again with that and it would also make sense.
Yeah. He defies all graphs.
Yeah.
Good or bad.
This is true. This is probably why Dota Plus is broken. Because Duracho, it just can't fathom.
The algorithm has been trained on Duracho. We've thought for all this time that we tried to make sense of the graphs, but it was just the Duracho graphs.
It's too much to handle. I mean, when OpenAI came into the space, Cinderin, got all that data, it's when they quit, when Duracho started making a name for himself. It's just too much information.
Okay, Rue actually went back and finished the Lotus first. You couldn't decide.
Yeah.
But he'll get the Force as well. And thinking about a Nullifier next, which is just flat out stock standard against Tinker. You want to get that item. It's also nice against the Sand King with the Crimson Guard.
All right, smoke from 4. Collapse is going to show on wave. Is this a Tormy fight? Should be spawning soon. Oh, this is going to be big. 33 on the high ground. There is a scan, and they know. Spirit knows, or Tundra knows, I should say. Big avalanche onto 3. The BKB from Laurel. He's all alone, though, not doing too much damage. Radon with a flat cannon just ripping through, but that's 2 dead for Spirit. It's just Radon doing the damage, and now he tries to run. The Dragon Tail is there. Collapse gets off the roar. They want to try to contest with this, but the BKB finally comes out from Radon with the Satanic to follow, but he is just getting run down. Soxa, is he actually going to be the one to finish him off? It's going to be close, but Duracho comes in. Whitemon with the laser. 3 dead for Spirit. Collapse is next. Not even a remotely close fight as Tundra take it easily.
Okay, I need to see a replay of that. I feel like Beastmaster showed up super late to that fight somehow. Did he get zoned off by anyone, or was he just not there as the initial part of the play? Either way, Tundra with an insanely good trap. Just reading that movement perfectly and setting up on the high ground, and what an initiation from BZM. Just instantly gets in there with the Night Stalker.
They have no buybacks.
And they have the perfect mindset too. They're just like, we're just gonna kill the supports first. They killed Jakiro. Miposhka didn't get to play the fight at all. The Weaver didn't get to play the fight either. And once those supports are down, it's super easy.
It could be 2 if they stay. If they fully commit. It's 40 seconds without Gyro and Beastmaster. Tier 2 still up in the mid lane though, so that's going to be a bit of an annoyance.
That's not up anymore.
Yeah, but that does buy them a little bit of extra time. It might be too close for comfort for Tundra. They'll at least poke here. 3rd Roche would be probably the play if they knew it was up.
They do. They have an illusion in there.
Yeah, but Spirit, they might have time to try to contest this.
20 seconds on Beast? I don't think they can get here in time.
If they sacrifice Jakiro, pop down that ult, you can see Soxa trying to zone it out for this to not be a possibility at all. They scan out, so they know for sure this is happening. And it looks to be a freebie for Tundra, which puts them in firm control of this game.
It's a lot of goodies on this.
And that's a lot of gold on the Swarm for Duracho. Delicious. Delicious.
Putting the refresher shard on DK.
Okay.
So BZM with 2 ults, 2 BKBs.
Oh, Miposhka trying to get some wards down. Soxa will run right into him. Is he actually just going to get this solo kill? Yes. Soxa is strong.
Sure is.
Not used to seeing that on his Night Stalker. Feels like he's a vision bot, a moving ward in a lot of these games. And Spirit, they don't want to bleed anymore, so they will go back to their base and get ready for a defense to come.
Now, Tundra have the luxury of choosing now whether they want to push or not. They have the Aegis for 5 minutes. Tinker is only 1,500 gold away from Ags, and that is a massive pickup for the type of fights we've seen so far. Whitemon has only died twice. It's not easy for Spirit to pile onto him and kill him off because of how tanky he is, but if you ignore him altogether, he's going to ruin the fight for you down the stretch. So, kind of a big part of why this reason is so, big part of the reason why this hero is so strong as a 5 is it creates these damn it if you do, damn it if you don't moments where you kind of have to kill him, but it takes so long. So most 5s just, you know, get run down and then die, right? The Tinker can be stupid tanky with these items and also has some of the highest damage output out of any support. There's a reason this hero is banned a lot.
Yep, he's a filthy, filthy boy. As Axe comes out, interesting. We're talking about this the other game. Tundra will get the Tormy, 33 will get a shard.
Wait, who got Axe?
Tiny. So
Oh,
Laurel
yeah,
will have the
interesting.
tree volley. He doesn't have a ton of damage right now. The Echo Saber does proc on it. Obviously, we'll be going for the crit, which in this case has changed from a Daedalus to the brooch.
This allows him to kill roar targets a lot easier from a safer distance, but there's not very many trees in your base except on the side lanes, but the bottom rack's already being gone. If the fight happens around mid, this Axe is hard to use.
Yep.
It's a lot easier to use in the top lane.
Miposhka, get ready with the tangos, my friend.
Socks are
Time
gonna
to
find
some
Rue.
trees. Crippling Fear, Concoction. Ooh, actually gets reflected. Silence is back on him. Rue able to get the time lapse off in time
And then
to die now. 70 seconds, no Weaver, no buyback. This is definitely a bit of a window.
It's perfect go time. Tinker has the Aghanims upgrade. You just got the Tormentor. You have 2 minutes on Aegis. You killed a meaningful hero in the Weaver. Probably just running it straight down mid here. It's going to be tough to stop them. Duraccio level 25 on the Alk.
You can see Yatoro wants to buy several Divine Rapiers next.
That's a lot of them.
Will he have the time? Dragon Tail to start things out. They're going to go to the high ground. Macro Fire placed by Miposhka. Laurel with the toss. The Racha's going to use the Ogre Steel Totem to get away. Radon. BKB is already expended along with BZM. Both teams will reset. Call down. Very annoying to deal with, but the March of the Machines must be nice to have a support that can just sit back there, put these goddamn machines on the map for you to heal. Concoction actually hits onto 2. BZM with a follow-up Dragon Tail. The Avalanche to try to dissuade them from going any further, but the Burrow Strike is there. Primal Beast, or Collapse gets off the ult. And is going to try to focus down 33. He's going to get shielded by the Tinker. Collapse getting chased down by Duraccio. He's going to have another Concoction to go. He's stuck in no man's land. He is dead along with the Gyro, and that just might be it, Cinderin. 2 cores dead for Spirit with no buyback to come. Tier 4's next on the list for Tundra. One more fortification for the road. And they're going to see very shortly that there's absolutely no buybacks for these cores.
Spirit tried to throw almost everything they had at the Alk Aegis in the first part of this push, and they didn't even get him down to less than 40%.
Laurel going to try for it because the Avatos is just not enough damage. And they get the Weaver. The Lotus not working out too well there. And there you see Laurel's Aghanim Scepter. Just not enough as GGs are called in this game number 1. Tundra looking quite good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the throw. Game number 2 between Team Spirit and Tundra. Tundra with a 1-game lead in this best of 3 of the lower bracket semifinals. Winner will face off against Falcons tomorrow in the lower bracket finals. And the winner of that will face off, Cinderin, against the ultimate boss in, believe it or not, Team Liquid. They've come full circle.
Yep. It feels like Dota goes through these waves among the top teams where it's just it's a matter of time before it's Liquid's turn again, you know, to be in a finals, and it's been long enough. They've got it figured out in this tournament.
Ooh, nice
little
deny.
share there from Laurel. And yeah, Liquid, I mean, you look across the tournament and how they've played, I think it just makes complete sense that they're there. Like, I've been very impressed with them. And I think anybody going up against them, it's still one of those situations where no matter who Liquid face, I don't really know if I would consider them big favorites, you know what I mean? But definitely still, you know, when you're the team coming from the upper bracket finals, you're generally considered the favorite to win the whole thing. But the top is tight in Pro Dota. Anyone can beat anyone.
Yep, as we're going to see the Burrow Strike into a Sunstrike onto Yatoro. BZM with the first blood. It's the BZM show already, Cinderin.
Yeah, and if the Sand King plus Night Stalker worked out last game against Jakiro Gyro,
I forgot.
It will definitely work out better against Jakiro Clinks, because that is just flat out a worse lane against the type of lane that they're playing here.
Yeah.
There's less burst damage, there's more controlled pulling here for the Night Stalker and Sand King when they don't have to worry about a homing missile, they don't have to worry about flat cannon pushing. And Pushka will actually interfere with both range creeps, so nice side pull here from him. And that is, by the way, the big difference between last game and this one. He didn't block big here. But this time he's not with Gyro, so what gives? I wonder.
I wonder as well. You should go find out after this game.
Yeah.
So this is going to be the lane with the most action for sure. All right, what do you think about Clinks in general right now? He's going to steal some farm here. I agree with the panel. It does feel a bit risky, but we've seen this at times take off, and it feels really strong. But other times, it feels like a hit or a miss, is what I'm trying to say.
I have a hard time placing this hero in terms of like overall strength, but what I will say with confidence is that Clinks is worst when played against good vision. That's my biggest concern here for Radon, is he's playing against Slark Night Stalker. I think a big benefit of Clinks is his ability to get a surprise jump on the back line and then snowball the fight from there. But if Tundra have sentries in the areas that they're controlling, they will have that night vision. And Clinks does not deal very well with getting jumped either.
Yeah.
So a couple of issues there with the inevitable Blink Burrow Strike, Sunstrike combination with a Slark Pounce. Even Night Stalker getting on top of you with Crippling Fear. Despite not blinding anymore, it's still going to be annoying for a Dawn to deal with.
Yeah, and on the other side, Dyrachyo will be playing Slark, who loves to play against tanky heroes, and there's two of them in this game, in the Centaur and the Dragon Knight.
Yep.
We get those stacks of Essence Shift.
Oh, he's on to Rue.
Off to start. There's the Hoof Stomp to stop them in their tracks, and now the Fatal Bonds from Whitemon. Very, very annoying.
Yeah, big damage here. A lot of agi on the Slark right now, free CSing. Now in the mid lane, Laurel is having a much, much better game than game one.
Yeah, it's not the BZM show in specifically the mid lane, just the game in general.
It's good for him that he got the first blood with that Sunstrike, because he's actually getting bodied mid despite having first blood. 23 and 12 to the 10 and 4. We'll get some help, though, from Soxa, but Mikoshka here to turn it back around. And is this really helping? Probably not.
Well, he tanked a lot of spells, and mana was consumed, so maybe BZM will get some space as a result, Cinderin.
But if he hadn't gone here on Night Stalker, Jakiro wouldn't have either, so...
Yes, it's a chicken and the egg type of situation. Ooh, very close.
Is that going to be a kill?
200.
It actually would have. 250 pure.
Yep, there you go. Now, Collapse playing, of course, the best offlane in the business. Centaur has the double bracer.
Oh, big damage here.
Dyrachyo has to pounce away, but the tree line is not going to be his friend. Rue gets the last hit. Very good as the mid lane now. BZM getting drawn into a horrific fight. Maposha is going to be traded by Sox, who eventually shows up. A very rare Day Stalker kill, if I do say so.
Well, he also wasn't the one getting the kill. It was the wave. But he did throw a blood grenade, which is kind of cool.
He assisted in a kill, which is rare in the day. Yeah, this mid lane is a pretty big disaster right now for the Tundra side. But it'll be the typical build for BZM in the Midas, so we'll see if that's going to be enough for him to catch up. I mean, the question is, does Spirit have the tools to pressure him in the earlier stages of the game, or will they give him space? So you do have the Centaur who's going to want to go blink at some point. The Dragon Knight as well, potentially. As Soxa, he's going to be food. Laurel showing off that dragon form, and the Breathe Fire will connect.
I think Spirit's lineup as a whole can be extremely oppressive if they get the ball rolling. As much as I talk about the vision from Tundra, if the heroes from the Radiant are playing from ahead, then all of a sudden you're the one who has Bounty Hunter finding kills, setting up tracks. You have tons of follow-through with 2 blink stuns. You would imagine both Dragon Knight and Centaur will get that. A lot of follow-up from the support position 5. This is one of the highest damage supports in Dota right now, the Jakiro. So, yeah, if this trajectory overall continues, within particular BZM being absolutely crushed in lane, could easily see Spirit just run from one objective to the next and try to play super fast. Interesting as well, Collapse in this game on the Centaur will be rushing the Blade Mail. This amplifies your farming speed because you're largely relying on enemies hitting you to farm the creeps faster, so Blade Mail just improves that for you. And on top of that, of course, it is one of the items against Invoker and Sand King, because they do so much uncontrollable damage.
Yeah. 33.
Speaking of Sand King, he is trying to cut
Very dead, boy.
his way back to his own base. Successfully.
Yep, he does that very well.
Groucho.
Gets the pounce off onto Collapse, but Collapse is going to be A-okay. Is this the pounce facet? Yes.
Yeah. I feel like Slark chooses that basically every
I actually don't even remember what the other one is. Do you remember?
I actually don't.
Yeah, go
either.
look it up.
I looked at it very recently, though.
You can do it.
Oh, yeah, it's the one where Barracuda lingers a little bit,
Oh, yeah.
and then you give enemies minus armor under Barracuda.
Well, Laurel going to try to finish off the tower. 33 trying to bait him in. Epicenter. Tornado's going to set him up. A lot of the Epicenter's pulses do not hit as Whitemon comes to play as well. The Meteor is going to be dodged, and now the Stampede to get away successfully. And guess who shows up? Yatoro with a damage rune. Down goes Whitemon. Tundra's early game, kind of a disaster right now.
Yeah, the mid tower's going to fall as well. It needs 3 attacks from the Clinks. Might even just do it with tar bombs alone. Nope, he will walk in and shoot. Okay, do you want to finish it?
Open? Okay. Yeah, not so good for Tundra.
Cool to see a hero that buys Deso, though, wouldn't you say?
True, it's been a while.
I haven't seen too many of
Not
them
even
this tournament.
PAs will buy it right now. Soxa gonna get surrounded in the day, and you know what that means. He will not be assisting in a kill other than his own death. 33 gonna take out some stacks, barely stacks, with the Sandstorm.
Ru is happy to leech here.
Yep, I don't think he gets 6 off of this, but
No.
getting very close.
Gives him about a third of a level from just being nearby. Learning a lot from this, of course. Experience comes in many forms. Watching other people do the work is also an experience.
Yeah, that's how I hang my hat every day.
Yep.
Thanks, Cinderant. So Blade Mail officially picked up by Collapse. Of course, this is the facet that everybody goes for. The Counter-Strike facet basically doesn't exist, unfortunately, even though the name is amazing. Maybe if they add a 2 at the end, it'll hype it up a bit more.
Yeah, but as we know, Valve doesn't work on Counter-Strike, so it'll be a long time until they change that one.
You get the Counter-Strike 2 facet, and you get Subtick just for you.
If they change, if they give Centaur a third facet called Subtick. That'd be funny. Bottom tower.
Yes.
Well, they'll glyph it. Buying some time here, but in an uncharacteristic development, Whitemon having a tough game on Warlock. That's actually, we haven't really even got to talk about him much. Usually at this point, he's dropped the Golem, and he's won a team fight, and he's taken a tower.
That's a lot in 10 minutes.
He's level 5. Well, I feel like more often than not, Whitemon's level 8 here. Not even exaggerating. Like the Warlock games of Whitemon have been outstanding, but not this time.
Doesn't he have Grimoire?
He does. He has 1 charge on it.
That's not very much.
That's what I'm saying.
Soxa. Oh, they're going to get the Sunstrike opening.
Oh.
Yes. Yatoro is dead. Tundra desperately needed that.
That's a big kill.
And Spirit will get away with everybody else. They still have the lead right now. I mean, the pacing feels very good for Spirit.
It's big for them to open up the towers because it allows the Bounty Hunter and the Clinks to start hunting way more around the map if you open those pathways without losing your own. And of course, both their bottom and their mid tower looks very, very healthy here. All 3 towers of Spirit are over 75%, even 80% health. So Some work to be done there on Tundra's side. Their lineup also sucks at pushing, right?
Yeah, Rue's going to set this up. Laurel's going to Dragon Tail, 33 burns. And now level 6 online for Rue.
Time for tracks to start rolling out.
Radiant's middle
Oh,
tower
BZM.
is under attack.
And Soxa show up.
They might go on Soxa? Question mark. He was starting to get mana on the Dragon Knight with the draft here, but
Dire's bottom tower
The
is under
draft?
attack.
the draft. It's called the mana draft. We've had this conversation before. You called it the drought.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's NA education. We don't have a Department of Education anymore, so
Oh.
it's retroactive, by the way. It makes everybody
Yeah, I was-
stupid. Collapse in the triangle. Whitemon does have the chaotic offering. Soxa to the south. And here comes 33 as well. They're going to get the silence to start things out. Whitemon trying to save that golem. He's going to use it. They need to get
Oh, he
everything
actually-
they can
oh.
get.
They're killing mid, though.
Yeah, BZM is traded out. Not great for Tundra. Very good for Spirit.
It kind of sucks for Whitemon that he felt like he had to golem that, but I think he was right to do it. Otherwise, he's going to stick Stampede out on the Centaur.
Yeah.
So they had to use that, but they can't really push this mid tower. As a matter of fact, the golem might actually just get killed here if it tries to. They have 3 heroes nearby for Spirit. He'll send it around, try to cut the next wave. Maybe they'll kill it on the way. Don't know. No. He's chilling. The bear golem. Cutting next wave.
Oh, is it the bear golem?
Yes.
That's a good one.
Oh, it will not be successful in cutting the next wave.
What's better,
Or
the
will it?
bear golem or the gorilla?
Radiant's middle tower is under
They're
attack.
both S tier. The genie is also pretty damn good. I still have just a soft spot for the gorilla, personally.
Yep. You also have a cat called Monkey.
That's
so.
right. I love apes. 33. That's why I'm friends with you, Cinderin. Root and collapse. On to 33. Stampede didn't feel necessary at all, but
It sounds good, though.
it does. It's very satisfying to use.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what the mindset was behind stampeding there, actually. I don't think they needed the damage, and they definitely didn't need the movement. But bottom lane, Tundra trying to put some pressure on the other side.
Yeah,
but that's going to cost them.
Track kill, and Spirit with a 3K lead now, and they're setting up for Tormentor in the next minute 20. Still have the tier 1 very healthy, too. How important would you say... Wait, it's going to be on the opposite side, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Take back everything I just said.
How important do I think what is?
Under attack.
Being right when you make
in a
statements?
normal
It's pretty important.
in a normal scenario, when it's bottom,
Yeah, it is.
power being up. No, 33.
That's...
Okay.
How important is it the tower's up?
Yeah. Like, how big of a difference does that make?
Depends if you're turning it into a team fight, then having buyback TPs can be big, right? If teams are already TPing there to fight it out, then I guess the tower has already been spent, right? I don't know. It's definitely something you pay attention to. It's a pattern in this tournament that teams are taking this tier 1 to get it, so obviously it does definitely matter. But I don't think it's like a must to take the tower first. If you have a good lineup for taking Tormentor and you have a read on the map and the enemy team isn't nearby, I think you can take it even with the bot tier 1 up. Soxa, he's in trouble. Radon hits stupid hard with this Deso.
Yep, that's gonna hurt. And another track kill onto Whitemon. 2 dead for Tundra already. 33 is gonna show up. And Rue gonna sidestep the tornado. It feels like Tundra can't get anything to work together right now. They're just waiting for that Cataclysm, Cinderin. That's all they need.
This is kind of what happens a lot of the time if you pick this greedy. We didn't talk about that too much, but Slark needs a lot of time. Invoker needs time. He can contribute a little bit with a Sunstrike here and there, but ultimately he's very much relying on his teammates to do the brunt of the work this early on. Slark went Midas. Like, he's in the jungle. Dyrachyo cannot make moves at all.
Yep, he will be AFK for a little bit. Meanwhile, Yatoro, with that Deso, with that Shard, has the Burning Barrage, prioritizing that. He's going to be very strong. And now Team Spirit are going to group up for this eventual Tormentor, Dyrachyo. 33 is going to miss his burrow strike. He's going to get Dragon Tail. Soxa getting a nice silence. It's only on the one. Chaotic Offering comes out. 33 though. He ticks away already. Soxa is going to be next. Thought that Fatal Bonds might have been a turning point, but it's a little bit too far behind now. And Spirit will get a free Tormentor.
It really is fascinating how a lot of these games in the tournament are going. Like on a meta level, how we look at things and there's certain things we expect or certain things we predict to play a pretty big role, but honestly, a lot of the games are just kind of stompy by nature. Whether or not the ideas of the teams, I think that's one of the tricky things for the teams as well is...
Oh boy.
Oh, see you later, BZM.
And this is scary when you have a bounty hunter on the team.
Because I think if you ask Tundra before this game, I don't think they feel massively outpicked, you know?
Ooh, Dyrachyo does get off his ult.
He'll be okay.
And back to the jungle.
But there's just a lot of games where we either, you know, slightly like a draft or another, or even very much like a draft, and then certain aspects of the game just snowball out of control very, very quickly.
Yeah.
And I can't say for a fact whether this is a symptom of the patch itself or just the teams still being, you know, it's still new in the grand scheme of things. There's a lot of things being discovered and developed. But definitely, compared to the quality of the teams, like how strong they usually are relative to each other, a lot of the games of the tournament have been, I think it's fair to say, very one-sided.
Yeah.
These are not two teams that I would expect to deliver stomp into next team stomping, you know, back to back. But
Yeah, Team Spirit with firm control of this game. They get the tier 2 mid. That's a question, when is time for Roche? Gotta get it before that Cataclysm Center. That's the turning point.
yeah, I mean, they definitely do have good heroes to Roche with. When you have Clinks with Deso and a Green Dragon Knight, that damage, the physical, is overwhelming. What do you think is going to happen to Dragon Knight in the C patch? Do you think he's going to get nerfed on the Green Dragon?
I think the Red Dragon will... I mean, maybe slight nerf.
Do you think they're buffing the red one again?
Yeah, I think they buff the red one slightly.
Oh, man.
And then they'll nerf the green one slightly, just barely.
Okay, and the blue one stays as it is.
Blue one, I mean, they have been picking it, but
Yeah.
maybe it gets slightly touched.
Okay, gets the burrow. That is...
Burrow into
death.
death, but the Chaotic Offering comes out from the other side. Stampede to disengage entirely. Breathe Fire consumes 33. And now the reset successful for Spirit.
And this is a lot of spells from Tundra already used.
Not going to hit. He was going on to Laurel, but the 4 staffs are there. Sunstrike, boom! But Laurel not going to die quite yet. Has to be careful with the Fatal Bonds. Will TP back to base. They find Soxa on the sideline. And that'll be that.
There was some glimmers there of what Tundra's lineup is capable of doing. But unfortunately, Slark
Did he not have Ags? I'm confused.
hits like a wet noodle. So he does have Axe and Invoker. There wasn't a good Cataclysm opportunity there.
But he Sunstruck.
Yeah, he went for a Sunstrike instead.
Okay.
If he Cataclysmed there, he doesn't kill anyone. They were all running.
Yeah.
Just gonna miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, Slark is a very risky pick at this level of Dota. Even if you do well in lane, you need to have a way of bridging the gap.
Oh my goodness. Oh my. Down goes Whitemon. There is the Cataclysm, but it's dodged by Radon because there's no stun setup. 33 though. Epicenter Burrow Strike up to 2. Do they have the damage? Collapse is going to go in casually with a hoof stomp. 33 in the cover of his Sandstorm. Will eventually burrow, and surely he's dead here.
Yep.
Yes. This is a stomp.
It is. Centaur did indeed do that.
It's a stomp in more ways than one.
Meatball.
Collapse is going to eat up that meatball.
Slark has even bought Shard here, right? So he spent 1,400 of his gold on the Depth Shroud there. It did keep 33 alive for a long time, but it just means your hero, furthermore, doesn't... Like, he's just scaling so slowly.
Yeah. Lara, ooh.
Quick reaction. Gets out. And gets the Friend to Shadow from Rue. really strong for DK.
Whoa, 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 whoa there, young man. Slow down.
Money.
16 charges on Deso already at 20 minutes. That's pretty... That is absurd.
Yeah.
Dire are scanning.
Oh, Whitemon.
He is dead again. Does he
Quite-
still have Grimoire? No,
He does not.
He consumed it already.
I think this is possibly Whitemon's worst game of the entire tournament. But I can't say
Are scanned.
in good faith that it's because he's playing worse than he usually does. It's just playing Warlocks in games like this is just so miserable, man.
Yeah.
Like, if your team can't structure team fights because your carry can't do much and you've lost some lanes, you're effectively walking around hoping at some point you're just dreaming about the Fatal Bonds fight, and if you never get it, you're just there. So, 1-4-0 on him. He's had... Do you think it's unfair to say that he's maybe had the highest average performance out of any player in the entire tournament? I think he hasn't. He's just played almost stellar games.
Oh, that's
constantly.
hard. That's really hard.
I think he's played really, really well, at least. Every game I've watched, Whitemon has always been on the ball. Whether they win or lose the games, I've never been like, man, Whitemon just didn't do it for me this game.
Yeah, that's
He's-
fair. He has been playing a
been
lot
great.
of Tinker, but then again, he's been playing Ringmaster, which basically nobody else is touching.
His Ringmaster games, win or lose, he also played great. I don't know.
Yep, especially
this
that
guy's just
unicycle
good.
play was S tier.
Here goes Roche. And Shannon, I do believe we actually missed an important moment. Before Laurel killed Whitemon, the score was
Oh.
20-4.
So sorry.
And,
Yeah, that's our bad, guys.
yeah.
Our bad. If you could kindly create a hate thread on Reddit for us,
Yeah.
Under attack.
just to show us how you really feel, that is actually unforgivable. The reverse 420 was lost in history here. That's pretty much the only thing we're looking forward to is Spirit.
Looking forward to more meme numbers.
As Spirit
Here
are
comes Doraccio.
just manhandling Tundra right now.
He did not connect the pounce. He is...
Yeah, he's gonna get hoof stomped.
Gonna
There's the
force them,
counter
though.
initiation. Cataclysm gonna be completely avoid along with the chaotic offering. They are just disengaging left, right, and center. Soxa dead. Tundra just not looking together in this game number 2.
It's hard to hit Cataclysm if the heroes aren't stunned when you have Stampede. They just need to move for half a second and they're out of there.
Yeah.
I don't think the Cataclysm has hit a hero yet, actually.
That is possibly true.
So that's not great.
Radiant's
33.
bottom tower is under attack.
We'll avoid certain death,
Dire's
but
middle
will the
tower
base
is
tower
under
do the
attack.
same? Here comes Spirit.
On to the high ground. What can Tundra do? Epicenter is up. Tower's already gonna drop. This was quick. Got that Deso with 18 charges now, as there's a hoof stomp from Collapse, and that was a Sand King. No longer. Does have buyback on 33. Gonna get the range racks uncontested, and oh, that's a big Fatal Bonds. They do have to respect that. Of course, he doesn't have his ult, so, you know.
They can wait for it to fall off.
80 seconds.
Just outlast it.
And Doraccio has Ags now, so it's going to give him a lot more mobility. Second fortification used. Another big Fatal Bonds, but they will have to concede that.
Has fallen.
There's still tier 2s in both other lanes, so either way, Spirit have to reset completely. Oh, all right. There's pounce number 1, pounce number 2, but the Hurricane Pike and Collapse is gonna just stand by his carry. Make sure he's okay, little guy. Maybe at some point he'll get the Warhorse. Or Warhorse.
Radon doesn't even necessarily need the... He has very good mana regen with this build of his. So between the Falcon Blade and the Orchid, he doesn't even need the reset that he was TPing for. I think maybe he was just trying to maximize a little bit of farm or whatever, but stopping that TP is largely irrelevant because now Spirit are just going to make an aggressive move instead of sending him back.
Yep.
See you later, 33. You already blinked into the camp.
Oh, hoof stomp, double edge, dragon tail. Doraccio is watching, learning, dark pacting, shadow dancing, surrounded, ice path missing. Dual breath connecting. Silence inside of him. He has perished.
And in classic Tundra fashion for this tournament in some of their games, oh, not going to connect that one, they will be playing the split push game. There's been a couple of Tundra games that went like this, the early laning stage failing, and then the early mid game as well, being almost impossible for them to get a grip on the game. They will resort to splitting off and dying.
Yatoro, another kill. 24 charges on Jedesaleta.
He's so rich.
Yeah, it's because he won 2 TIs.
Oh. Imagine if it was snowballing in Dota as well. The more you win, the stronger your heroes are. That would be very great.
Yep, you should be a game designer.
Yep.
Tormentor.
I believe that's called win to win.
Yeah.
Great system.
Oh, that's a nice shard to get for free. That's something you would certainly want to buy at some point.
Yep.
And look at that. Collapse. Going to be finishing off Shiva's, and then the workhorse will be with us, ladies and gentlemen. Don't think it's going to get to that point, though. Just throwing out a little prediction.
Yeah.
Game might be over before then. It actually is a really good game for it, though, onto the Clinks is 33. Oh, the Congregation of the Deep will be activated. And another death for 33.
Wait, did Tar Bomb just do damage through Ghost Scepter?
I did
Maybe
not.
it ran out at the exact same time. It looked like he killed him with Tar Bomb, but
See.
anyway.
Aegis no longer.
Oh wait, the impact damage is magical, or what?
Oh, is it mixed?
And the bonus damage is physical. That's what it is.
I only look at the top to say physical in red.
Yeah, but then the impact damage is in blue,
Wow.
and the bonus damage is in red.
Wow. And the Dragon Knight is green. It's RGB all over again. The rainbow.
So are Radahn's shots.
Roy G. Biv.
Every color in his attack projectiles, but, well...
All right, we have one issue in this game. You can see on the top left, there are 4 heroes with glowy coins coming out of them. That means they're on a killing streak. Collapse is not one of them.
That's
Get
right.
your shit together.
We have another issue in this game as well. Tundra have a hero without an assist.
And who would that be?
Who could it possibly... Give me your best prediction.
I would say Warlock.
No, he has 1 kill.
Damn it.
Well, he also has no assist, so you're technically right.
Thank God.
But we have a hero with
So,
0 KDA.
It would be Night Stalker.
That is indeed Slark.
Close. It was a nighttime
He has
hero.
yet to be involved in a kill in a 30-minute game.
That is, yep. That makes sense.
Truly a phenomenal last pick coming out here. With all the info available to Tundra. This plan did just not
pounces.
work. Uh-oh.
He's got another one soon.
They're chasing.
Laurel, Stampede, Dark Pact, pounce. Whoa, he pops the ult. He runs away. Still no kills, still no assists, still nothing.
Clutch Midas,
From
though.
Dyrachyo.
Midas on the way out.
That's fucking hype, Cinderin.
Amazing
Yeah.
maxing from the Slark here.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, baby.
27-4, Team Spirit. Want to take this to a game 3. But how fast do they want to do it, Cinder? And how long do we have to cast this game before game 3 begins? Can Tundra do anything? Is there any hope? What is the percentage for Dota Plus? Is it 2%? Is it more?
It's 8.
8%? Bullshit! Who is coding this? This is definitely not correct.
Oh, you never know when you hit a fat Fatal Bonds Cataclysm combo and kill the entire enemy team.
All right.
And you never know
with
when
their
Slark...
massive amount of stuns.
You never know when Slark attacks a hero. It could happen in the next 10 minutes. He
Who
might
do you-
just attack someone.
Who has the lowest damage on Tundra this game?
If I had to guess, I would say Slark.
You think so?
Actually, maybe not. Maybe he has
It's
more
going
than
up
an
in
S.
the ranks now. Hey, that's
He
going to
got
be a
him.
kill onto Maposhka. Dyrachyo
Nice
on the
trap.
board, ladies and gentlemen. Radahn is going to be spotted. Tornado going to clip 2. Actually 3 if you count Rue. That rhymed for some reason. That's how English works, it seems. Rue's going to be able to force that to the low ground. Soxa getting beat down by Laurel. Not able to finish the job, though.
It's got a
It
lot
did
of
take
stacks
out
on Slark.
33.
40
Whitemon
stacks. 40
dies
stacks. Hold your
again.
horses, Shannon. 40 stacks.
Dyrachyo
40.
has 40 stacks.
40. Please do not use them to go back to base.
And
You
Spirit
must You must force a fight now. This is your one chance to be useful as a hero. Do not waste it away.
He is using it to farm Ancients.
He's farming them faster than ever.
The enemy is smoked. They know that he is a greedy boy. Collapse. Gonna lead the way. There's the Dragon Tail. Into the hoof stomp. Do they have the damage? Of course they do. Because they're up 24 fucking thousand gold. Get this shit over with. Get to game 3. It's 30-5 for God's sake. Jesus, end it. We all know what's gonna happen, Cinderin. Let's not pretend.
I don't know.
There's an ice wall. Can they overcome the ice wall? Will it ever happen? No. He just attacks from global range and takes out the tower. 33 with the epicenter, ready to go. Not ready to go because Slark is not up. Tornado, gonna clip 1. There's the buyback, 33. Epicenter, still not gonna be activated. BKB run away. Tundra have defended by purchasing a buyback onto Slark.
Now, unfortunately, when you buy back Shannon, you lose all your stacks.
That's true. Collapse. Not able to get the hoof stomp. Has the Shivas. As Duraccio's going to get some stacks off. Uses the shard to keep some cover, but they're going to go on for 33. He's dead. Has buyback. That was Duraccio. No longer. Saksa, you are dead. That's 2. Down for Tundra. 5 versus 3. 31,000 net worth lead at 32 minutes with a 33-5 lead. And more buildings will be destroyed. 33 into the Cataclysm. Still nothing is hit.
Everything missed.
Absolutely nothing. And the GGs finally come out. 4,200 gold down the drain on the Invoker. Literally 0 heroes hit because they have no stuns on this team, it seems.
Lasted a little bit longer, you think, then, huh?
No, that's true. That's a good point.
All right, enjoy the cast, guys.
Thank you, Shiva. We will. It's game number 3, Spirit versus Tundra. And the winner of this, I'm going to say it after every game at this point, Cinderin, will face off against Falcons to secure top 3. And the winner of that will go against Liquid for the finals. So tomorrow is going to be very hype. A lot of high-quality dotes to come. And this game, got to get through it, Cinderin. Got to find out who's going to have the advantage. The Dazzle picked early, but it's a support, not a core.
Yep.
Very interesting. Little twist we got here.
I don't know how much faith I have in this hero as a 5, actually. I think... So, the way I see it, what makes Dazzle so extremely powerful is the snowballing nature of Nothal Projection when you're playing it as a core, and you get the Ags, and you kind of just run the whole game.
Yeah.
When you play it as a 5, first of all, that's not going to happen. So what do you really offer as a support that other supports don't? You have Poison Touch. That's going to get dispelled by Abaddon. That's like the dream lane matchup is Abaddon against Dazzle. He's one of the only offlaners that can just deal with this on his own, so he doesn't even need help. And then you have the Shallow Grave, which is a very unique spell for any support to have, obviously. I think it's a difficult Dazzle game. I think you're going to struggle to win your lane hard, and you're always going to be, or you're going to be relatively easy to find for the enemy team because of Bounty Hunter chasing you around, and you have the puck to jump the backline. So I'm worried for Whitemon here. I've given him a ton of praise, and this is the kind of game where I will be very impressed to see him do very well because I think the conditions are hard. Similar to the last game on the Warlock, it was also very tough. The last pick, Beastmaster, not great win rate this tournament. Maybe it was the best option that was left. But like the panel said, gotta hope that they win that lane, because if they don't, the tempo of Tundra's draft is kind of slow. So a lot... I want to say almost the entirety of this game actually depends on the first 10 minutes for Tundra. If this laning stage does not go well, or at least a draw, it's going to be a rough map.
Yeah, Toro will dodge it. So I know Whitemon is... Saksa is the 4. Whitemon is the 5.
Yeah.
I feel like this is a swap in that. I mean, surely the Dazzle is going to get more farm than the AA.
It depends. If AA gets... It kind of... Honestly, who gets the most gold in this game depends who gets the shard. So if AA gets the shard... or excuse me, never mind. If AA... Rather, it depends on Saksa's skill build. If he maxes Vortex,
Okay.
then I think he will probably be able to farm a decent amount with just raw wave clears. Whereas Dazzle, it's not as easy to do. But let's see some lanes here.
Okay.
So Puck against Tiny, a classic at this point. generally speaking, Tiny does very well in this lane, so this is one of the major upsides here for Tundra in this draft is, okay, 13. Interesting number. Oh, this packet loss. This is a bit unfortunate. Hopefully that will be resolved very shortly. But yeah, the Tiny versus Puck lane is the one that I would say on paper looks the best for Tundra. I think this is a favorable matchup for the Tiny. The top lane of Dazzle, Lifestealer into Bounty Hunter, Abaddon, I personally think is kind of a draw, or maybe even slightly 50.
Please not again.
DOTA on LAN. For one team only.
You never know, Cinderin.
And finally, Abaddon, or excuse me, Beastmaster AA against Ursa plus Silencer. I think should be fine for a Dawn. So, but if everything goes according to plan here for Tundra, I don't think they're going to get crushed in the lanes. I don't think they're going to get flat out stomped at all in the laning stage, but I also don't necessarily see them pulling ahead by much. So then it comes down to, like the panel talked about, can Beastmaster and Tiny find setups? Because you have a non-playmaking support duo. You have AA Dazzle as your 4 and 5. They're not going to set up kills. They're going to assist when the cores get it done.
Yeah.
On the other side, you could argue it's somewhat the same case with Silencer and Bounty Hunter, but at least Bounty Hunter can find the opportunities for the team. AA and Dazzle cannot ever really scout in the same fashion without risking their lives. So, all right, we're back to live. Hopefully the packet loss issues are resolved here.
Can you tell me, when it comes to Abaddon, the facets,
Yeah.
what... Oh, we're going to have plenty of time to talk about this. We see players go back and forth between them. It's not just a personal preference thing. It seems to be more of a matchup thing. So what makes one good over the other?
You mean Mephitic Shroud versus the Quickening?
Yep.
So I think we had this conversation in a previous cast of this tournament as well, where I was like, both of them are really good. So you're never going to go wrong. I guess what you're mainly looking for if you take the Quickening is if you are playing in a type of game where the, let's call it the blade mail aspect of a Aphotic Shield isn't particularly valuable from the Mephitic Shroud, then you obviously want to get the CDR instead. But in this game, if you're, like, let's say you're laning against Dazzle and Lifestealer, the way this hero combination wins their lanes is generally through whittling you down, right? They will keep poking and prodding at you. Whenever you have a Aphotic Shield, you're just trading favorably with the Mephitic Shroud. So I think it just makes total sense here. But like either way, honestly, I wouldn't have minded the Quickening either. It's just the lane is kind of straightforward anyway. But I don't think it's a player preference thing. Someone did this.
Poor Soxa. Enough, Jenkins.
That's a great voice line. That's pretty good value compared to another circus music voice line. I felt like that one was...
Yeah. I'd rather spend $5 than $20 for the same voice line. I agree.
Yeah. The argument that it's the exact
one,
same voice line is probably insulting to one or the other.
Yeah, I can definitely see that for the person that you're talking about. Of course, we will not name them. It's either Slacks or Jenkins, so 50-50 chance on this one, guys. It's Slacks, of course, as Makoshka taking some poke damage from Soxa. And 33, he's taken the other facet this time around, the Wild Hunt. So his attacks are faster when his units are nearby, which I assume means the Overlord build, yes?
Generally, yeah. That's most of the time what you're going to do with this. Makes a lot of sense too, right? With what we talked about, Tundra want to do well in lanes and then kind of snowball the game. I do foresee some potential issues later down the line against, obviously, they have very limited catch for the puck. The panel talked about this too. The Ursa as well as Abaddon are very tough to kill cores. So maybe you can beat them through controlling the map rather than necessarily killing them all the time.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like we got some juicy packet loss today.
I hope they all get their packets back. It's a bit of a shame.
Yeah, packet loss can be very frustrating. Yep. When you think of lag in a game of Dota, what do you think of? Because there's something very specific that comes to mind for me.
Are you thinking sub-tick right now?
I'm not, but thank you. Another shot at CS2.
Yeah, you love that.
Yep.
When I think of lag...
Yep. There is a very specific... I don't want to give it away.
I think you think of Monkey King ult.
No.
Okay.
No. That's FPS. That's a big.
That is indeed, but some people use it interchangeably, even though it's not the same thing.
Okay.
Okay, so if you genuinely do think about stuff that is related to what lag actually is,
Within Dota, lag within Dota.
Dota, Calais.
Yes, and that leads to. What? You're so close, Cinderin.
Chinese Dota.
Come on. I mean, yeah, but come on.
I
It
forgot.
involves you and me.
I forgot which tournament this was.
Oh, now you're kind of remembering. All right, do you want it?
Yeah.
The original DAC.
Oh, so it was. Oh, actually, I was
Was-
thinking that, but I was like, that is what you think of when you hear lag in Dota. You think of
Yeah,
DAC.
You don't understand, and a lot of people
That
won't
is
because
crazy.
They're watching. That tournament was so littered. I don't know if that's the proper word, but it was littered
with lag.
with lag. Calais, that's how we learned that word.
That is
Just
true.
Constant pauses.
Damn, I should have said it
You
then.
should have. You were on a roll.
All right,
and then
I was
you just
on the
didn't
right
have confidence in yourself, which, you know,
That's right.
understandable based on your career in Dota.
Okay.
At
Wow.
least as a player.
Oh, wow.
Sorry about that.
Okay. No, it's fine.
You know what?
It's
because
fine. No.
we
you're-
were going to
no.
order food earlier. You didn't want to. You wanted to wait, and now look at us. Haven't
Yep.
eaten all day, Sinner, and it's your fault.
No, you're right. I think I deserve this.
Hey, back
White
to the
Mon.
game, of course.
Fighting Rue.
Oh, this is a 1v1 battle for the ages.
Sure.
Calais!
Do you remember? I'm sure you remember this because it happened literally yesterday. The Reddit thread between Fear and Jenkins, where people are like, "Man, they must hate each other." Fear really hates Jenkins. He got a reality check. You're about to get your own fucking thread, man.
I hope so.
This is not cool.
I hope so.
Yep, that's right. You deserve it.
Cinderin's really. I love seeing the occasional comments. Are they actually fighting with each other? Like, come on. You think we'd be working together for over 10 years if we hated each other? Only Slacks could do something like that.
I mean, the money's good enough. I could put up with you.
That's true. It's not the. It's good though.
Never playing versus Tundra anymore, says Collapse. Yeah.
Well, it remains to be seen whether it actually is a DOS or not, of course. Players are usually
I mean, as
quite
it
unreliable.
sounds, at the very least, everybody's experiencing it. Which I don't know if that's better or worse, but
Right.
we have both teams struggling with some packets being dropped here and there.
Man, I don't want to throw shade anywhere, Cinderin,
Okay, here it
but
comes.
imagine what a world we would live in if there was a LAN mode for Dota. Just imagine that. Wouldn't that be amazing? They had it in Warcraft 3.
That would be crazy. Who are you throwing shade at with this exactly? Do you want to spell it out for the audience who this could possibly be?
I love Subtick. I love it.
Could be anyone.
No, I'm not throwing shade. That's why I said not to throw shade, because I wasn't. I'm just commenting that it would be nice to have.
It definitely would.
It's too late now. We can agree. It's past the point of, well, I'm sure there'll
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that's the thing. Dota, it feels like it's going to live forever, right? There was a time where like, the prize pool's going down, player base going down. But this is the type of game that's just going to live on forever, easily.
Oh, yeah, but in spite of that, people will say dead game every week, obviously. It's
Yeah,
always
of
the
course.
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
That's human nature, though, you know? But, yeah, we're lucky to be in this industry. We're lucky to be, well, I shouldn't say the industry. The industry's just falling apart, let's be real. But Dota,
This is getting really
But
sinister,
Dota-
man.
Dota's doing great, Cinderin.
Oh,
It's
that's
actually-
good.
I'm
All right.
actually very happy with the state of Dota right now.
So when you said the industry's bad, but Dota is good, you're obviously referring to Relic Arena struggling before it's even
no,
released.
that's just a funding thing. So no, that's actually
so that's not
really.
about the games industry.
No,
then.
I think
Okay. All right.
not to turn this into another podcast, but since we haven't done one this week,
I mean, if you want to talk about anything else that's going on in this game, be my guest. I'm riveting. Absolutely riveting situation here.
well, there's ebbs and flows in the esports industry, and I
Yeah.
feel like there's been two very large events that have occurred in esports that have kind of put us back 10 years, and we just have to struggle to get back to net
Okay.
even, or whatever the proper thing, net positive.
do you want to make some additional enemies here?
Yeah, I
for the
don't
audience?
mind.
This one you'll definitely shout out. You don't.
I don't mind. The first one, which doesn't really matter, and I have more forgiveness for this, is
Okay.
there was a tournament, we were talking about this the other day, called CGS, okay?
Which year was
In
this?
the early 2000s.
Okay.
And it was sponsored by DirecTV. It was a ginormous tournament. It was like an Olympic style. It had a bunch of different games. CS was one of them. They had like Dead or Alive, FIFA. They combined them, a bunch of teams. They had drafts. They had franchise, everything.
How do you combine Dead or Alive and FIFA?
Well, they combine them as in you draft these players on this team, and you have the designated games associated, right?
Okay.
And you're fighting against your opponent each week is another team.
Okay.
And you get points for certain games. So
Okay.
FIFA is like your score line. You get X points, and it just adds. And Counter-Strike gave you the most points.
Okay.
Right? So anyway, it was a disaster, and I'm not going to get into the reasons why it was a disaster. It was just it was before its time, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah.
So that scared away a lot of non-endemic sponsors, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then we claw our way back. You know, DOTA comes out. We got Counter-Strike is doing really well. League of Legends, all these great titles. And then what happens? You know the answer.
I know the answer. I'm just waiting for you to.
Then Overwatch
Yeah.
comes out.
Yeah.
And they do a franchise league. And Blizzard puts in tons and tons of money into the esports industry, as it were. They get all these non-endemic sponsors, like the Coca-Colas of the world, or whatever companies that are not used to sponsoring esports, right?
Okay.
And then it's a disaster. And guess what happens? There's a huge crash again.
Well, not only that, but I also believe having a team in the league was very, very expensive.
Yes, of
right.
course.
So it was massively. Yep.
And this scares all these sponsors away, you know?
Yeah. If only they could see Dota and observe this pause, they would be like this.
Well, that's what's great about Dota is we're almost not even. I mean, we're affected, but
Yeah, we
not as
don't-
much as others.
We don't even need to play the game for this to be great to watch.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly.
Imagine you're watching this and you have billions of dollars. You're like, holy, this is amazing.
Yeah.
These guys love this so
Yeah.
much, and I can't even tell what's happening. It's not even moving. And there's
How
tens of
can they-
thousands of people watching
how
this.
can
This
they
game must
play?
be insane, dude.
How can they play when it's paused? It's unbelievable. What a
Yeah.
terrific game. Imagine that. As we're saying.
Oh, that's probably a very speaking of billions of dollars.
Oh,
this
yeah.
courier.
That's definitely billions.
Whose courier is that? Whose courier is it?
You have the ability.
I don't even know where it is.
Oh, let's find the courier.
I'm looking.
Oh, there it is. It's in the triangle.
So it's Bounty
Trading
Hunter's
triangle.
courier?
Yeah.
Wait, which one is this?
It's just some Roche courier. It's not worth very much, Cinder.
Some of them are very rare, Shannon.
Yeah, not this one. It doesn't.
How
look
do you
cool.
know?
I just know by the look of it.
Okay.
Oh, we could have a what the horse moment here. Actually, another. Is that a Roche courier as well?
Yep, it is, but don't worry, it's not worth anything.
Nah,
'Cause
it's
it's a Roche courier.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Also, it's called Anvil, which is an interesting name for a courier. He has named it Anvil.
Yeah. Oh, he chose that.
I don't think, I mean, the courier is called something Roshan, right? But this one's called Anvil.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder, should ask the players about that, how they choose their names.
Yeah, I'd be careful
the-
clicking on the couriers. You never know
Yeah,
what
I was
might
just
show
going to say,
up
this is
there.
the modern day of the effigies. Just, yeah.
Yeah.
Choose the right name for your couriers, guys.
Not safe to click when pro players are involved. Let's just leave it at that.
There has been incidents. If not for that, we would have had mega sponsorships, but then they clicked the effigies. So,
Yeah, that set us back a little bit in Dota, I won't lie, but you know, it's just a little blip in the grand scheme of things, Cinderman. So I guess we can talk about the state of the tournament a bit if you want.
okay,
Obviously, Liquid are in the finals.
that's correct.
Do you think that they have looked good enough to win?
Yes.
Do you think anybody's going to challenge them?
Yes.
Can you elaborate, perhaps? That would be great, especially when we're paused and we're trying to think of things to talk about.
Yes.
Okay.
Here's my elaboration.
Thank you.
I think
I know you can't.
that no
wait to
matter
talk.
who faces Liquid in the finals, I think it will be at least 4 games. Because the level of play among the remaining 4 teams here is so high that it's hard to imagine. Also, the way in which Liquid did make it, I know it was a 2-0 today, but one of the games was a marathon that could have absolutely gone the other way.
Yeah. Wow, that's a tongue and a half right there.
Okay.
Wow. Sorry, go ahead, Sin.
No, it's fine. I wasn't saying anything. It's all-
Sorry, were you saying something?
Oh, look at that. That's Dazzle.
Incredible. Sorry, you were saying. I actually did zone out because the tongue distracted me. You can blame the observers.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, I genuinely think the 4 teams that are remaining in the tournament, I think could all win the tournament. And I know that's like a cop-out and easy to say whatever. Everybody can beat everyone, but
Not
genuinely...
only that is a Cinderin answer.
But genuinely,
that is your
though,
specialty.
do you disagree? Like, if you look at the teams that are remaining, don't you feel like any of them could beat any of them?
Lucky for you.
Even
I agree with
2-0.
you.
Like, I think...
You mean? Wait, is the finals the best? It's a.
No, that's the best... No, but the other series, right? Anybody could have beaten anyone 2-0.
Yeah.
And the finals.
I mean, that's the thing. This patch has been, it's still relatively unexplored in the grand scheme of things. So we're going to get some stompy games here, and I think that's relatively normal.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. I would agree with that. Is there a hero that you think players and teams are underestimating based on what you think? Of course, you are the genius in this scenario.
Let me look at my list.
In your mind, you're the king. In reality, you're very much not so.
I think T-Gov might agree with this. I actually think maybe Spirit Breaker is not explored enough right now.
Okay, why is
And
that?
it's easy to underrate that hero in Pro Dota because I think it's unpicked this tournament, or maybe it's been picked like one game. We haven't cast it. But it seems a lot better in at least high-ranked pubs right now than it was a month ago. But that hero still can be difficult to run in Pro Dota, but Darkseer is back. He's a really strong pick. So there's like combinations that you can run. T-Gov just came in the room and gave me a thumbs up. I take it back. I think Spirit Breaker sucks. I don't really like the guy. All right, he came in and
he just
yelled very, very insulting things toward me. That's for your Reddit thread, everybody. We're making more enemies by the minute here.
good stuff.
Yeah, Spirit Breaker, probably my choice there, honestly. I think just looking over my list of heroes that I personally enjoy playing and think are good right now, he's like the only one that really stands out that hasn't been.
I think the hero that is not being picked enough is Ringmaster with the Sideshow Secrets facet, Cinder.
Is that because it's good or because you love bikes?
That is, well, have you looked at my physique? I definitely don't like bikes. I think it's cool to watch.
You can love bikes and not be in good shape.
I guess that's kind of true. That would be sad but true. Famous Metallica song.
Okay.
We're really scraping the barrel here.
I agree.
Don't worry, we'll think of something else to talk about, as
That's
we
fine.
always do.
Yeah.
We have not seen the other facet for Lifestealer yet, which I'm a little bit sad.
Oh, the Gore Storm?
Yeah, it sounds kind of interesting, right? I mean, especially in a game like this where you have these eventual ancient creeps coming out from 33. You jump in, and that's the only way you can get an ancient creep now, is with that facet. So add more ancients to the mix. Radiance on top, the old BSJ strategy.
Yeah, losing the max HP on Feast per the hero kills is kind of, that's already.
You still get the HP, it's just not as much.
Yeah.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, I remember looking at this when the patch came out, and the win rates for the two were almost identical, actually. So maybe Gore Storm is better than the pros think.
I think Gore Storm is better for Ag specifically, right?
Yeah.
You would think. Because it's doing...
And there's plenty of games where they go Ags, to be fair.
Yeah, even without the disarm, so...
I could see it.
But not to be in this tournament unless there's a misclick. Has there been any misclick of a facet that we have confirmed to be true? Because we thought when the original facets came out that Lion with the fist of
Don't
demonic
remind me.
thunder, whatever the hell it's called, but people ended up taking that on purpose.
Fist of Demonic Thunder. I think it's genuinely just called Fist of Death.
Fist? There's no way it's called Fist of Death.
It's called Fist of Death, just like Finger of Death.
We're investigating this. It is called Fist of Death. Okay.
What was your first guess again? Fist of what? Demonic?
Fist of Destiny.
Fist of Destiny.
Yeah, why not?
The less known song from Tenacious D.
Yeah, that's right. Great band, by the way. Okay, I do want to talk about a very important here that's not in this game. It's absolutely not relevant at all.
Okay.
Arc Warden with the runes.
Oh yeah,
When reading the patch, that is the one that jumped out to me as the coolest sounding thing. It might be garbage, and it probably is because it has been picked.
I thought that hero was going to be good after reading the original.
Wait,
738.
which facet though? One where you get the free rune on your Tempest double, I assume.
I think both of them were interesting, especially for mid, as a potential mid arc thing. The hero also got some buffs overall. I think the win rate went up significantly, but I guess this is one of those things that could come around given enough time on the patch right now. I guess it's a little bit more complicated to work in. As we have now disconnected. Okay, we are disconnecting
one team at a time.
We're disconnecting one team at a time. We're getting the word right now that we should be ready soon.
Hey guys, just to let you all know, we apologize. Me and Cinderin have actually sabotaged the computers in order to have this podcast live.
Yes.
So we are the ones holding up the game, so you can be angry at us. Okay? And Jenkins, of course, just because he's getting a lot of hate this week, might as well throw him in there.
Yeah. Actually, it wasn't our idea. Jenkins told us, wouldn't it be fun if you guys paused the final game of the day for 15 minutes. And we said, no, Jenkins, that's not fun.
But 30 minutes is fun.
But then he threatened us in the green room and said, if you don't do this, I will be naked on broadcast tomorrow. And we said, we can't do that.
Wow. Well, if you wanted him to get fired, then you could just let him go through with it.
Yeah. But I
mean,
don't
he
want
was-
Jenkins to be fired
To be
because I
fair,
like him.
he was almost naked 2 days ago, and he wasn't fired, so I think he's good to go.
When was
that
he
trench
almost
coat.
naked? Oh.
Trench coat.
Yeah, I asked him if he was going to go for some sort of exhibitionist thing, and he said, no, I'm not going to do that, which was shocking to me.
All right, we're going to continue to go through the heroes. So, thought of Jenkins, so Pudge. Why is this not picked? What I think when the this new facet, the Rotten Core came out, there were a few Pudge games.
Yeah, Pure played it right away.
But why? I mean, was it not successful?
Not really.
bad?
I don't think so.
I
I
also
also,
Mask of Madness. What was the build?
I don't remember, but I just remember looking at first glance at the fastest and being like, they're going to try this, but I don't think it's that good.
Yeah,
I guess it's also a matter of the meta, right? If Lifestealer and Ursa and Pudge, or excuse me, Lifestealer, Ursa, and Tiny are all 3 of the top 5 carries, how do you play Pudge? I think if the meta were to shift and some of these heroes get nerfed, then he just has really bad matchups right now.
Yeah.
And now that you don't have Flayer's Hook as a facet anymore, he has been punished a lot as a support too. So the hero is just worse. God, I love
I don't know
Pyrian
if I've heard
flags.
that one before. That's good. All right, so packet loss still continuing, it seems. Now, the question is, if everybody's getting the same packet loss syndrome, it's even.
Is anyone getting packet loss then?
Now, which heroes, and I already know the answer to this,
Okay.
will perform worse with these issues? And Puck would be number 1 in this game. So I think Tundra would have the advantage.
It could be difficult to make a good toss back with packet loss. I think Tiny might suffer more than Puck.
And what about Subtick?
Осторожно, играет профессионал.
Oh yeah.
It never gets old, does it?
Imagine Peeker's advantage in Dota.
Oh, yeah.
How would you do that? The first person to move between low and high ground gets to see the enemy a little bit faster.
Yeah. Yeah.
That doesn't
I mean,
make sense.
honestly, things have changed so much in Dota that nobody thought, other than some of us, of course, did.
Why don't you take this
People were
time
very against
to
big
watch
changes, like
this?
mana bars, Roche being in the pit with alternating spawns, status bars above the health bar. Like, these have been such quality of life. Are there any ones that you can think of that need to be added? Because we've gone to the point where anything goes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that comes to mind for you? They're like,
What
Other
if you
than-
could? What if you could see the ping and the packet loss over the heroes?
oh yeah, that's a lot of clutter, I think.
What do you think about that?
I think the visibility in team fights might be a bit of an issue. I'd be calling fights and just talking about
Okay.
packet loss. That
So
doesn't-
quality of life that I would like.
yeah. Like, as a player, I mean, that's the thing. Players are kind of brain dead, so you probably don't have any ideas, right? It's kind of an issue.
We are being informed that there is a little bit of a change happening on the tech side of things. We're trying to change out some switches, so we will
No,
also.
hold on, hold on.
Играет
Well,
профессионал.
I'm talking to production now.
Okay.
We can throw to a break. I'd rather just talk personally. Is that okay, production? Okay. That is
All right.
okay.
How about you
Give us
ask
the
me how
okay.
I feel first?
I don't care. Do you need to go to the bathroom? I'll take over
No, I
myself.
need to do literally anything else than talk to you right now.
Okay, well,
And-
you can talk to the wall.
Oh,
Turn
yeah,
your,
I mean,
turn
that is
your
one
chair
thing.
around.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Yeah, too bad the camera's not on. He's
Oh,
actually doing it.
yeah.
Very sad.
Oh, honestly,
Very
I'm.
sad state of affairs here.
You look good today. You look greener than ever.
Yeah, the walls are green here.
Oh,
actually,
very
which is
green out
nice.
here. Oh,
Really
nice.
brings
All
out
right.
the color of
Yep.
your eyes.
Do you know what color my eyes are? Because I don't.
Absolutely. I don't.
I actually don't know what
I don't care.
I have like these weird eyes that are like different. They're not. They're hard to.
All right, let's go through some more heroes.
Oh,
here.
we have. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep,
Pick
no,
one. Pick
tell
one
me.
for me now.
What do you want?
Anything.
I pick a hero for you.
All right, now, what about Kez? This one I think
don't
is going to
understand
be
the hero.
a bit polarizing
Okay.
because I think conceptually as a hero, it's kind of cool,
Mm-hmm.
but casting it sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, he's pretty advanced.
Like,
So we were talking about this the other day, actually. I think because this is being compared to like the carry version of Invoker, right? It's the, oh, you have a lot of different spells, you can swap between them, etc. But I feel like for Invoker, it's extremely inherently obvious and very clear what's going on. All the spells are very unique, very distinct in sound, very distinct in animation, and they, something as banal as they're just bigger, right? You can see very clearly. I feel like on Kez, it's very subtle. So I also think that makes it a lot harder for people to learn how the hero works and immediately understand what's going on in the fight with what he's doing. Because, yeah, there's just the switching is less just obvious, I guess.
Is that because you don't understand how the hero works?
Well, like I was saying, I just being honest, I haven't played Kaz myself yet. And obviously, if you do play the hero enough, you're going to get it. But the combos are obviously quite advanced. I understand the gist of what the hero does, but he's not in captain's mode, so... but yeah, I don't know. There's something. Perhaps he could be made a little bit more clear to both for observing's sake and for Pro Dota's sake, but also for the players just playing the game casually to have a little bit better grasp of what's going on.
Well, they did make it better with the icon colors actually changing with the facet. Or not the facet, with the God, what is it? Even the skill's called switch discipline.
Yeah, when you switch between Sai and what's the other one called? It's called Sai and.
It's a good question.
Katana. That's right. It's the Sai and the Katana.
That's right. Yeah, that's going to be a complicated one to cast, I think.
Yeah.
But he does have a shard and Ags technically, which is a bit surprising. But how far away do you think he is from being implemented to captain's mode? Because Ringmaster, how long did that one take?
Was he put in the game after or before TI?
After.
After TI?
Wasn't he? Am I crazy? Remember, that was the whole...
Why don't you take this time?
I thought he was in the game, but not in CM.
Maybe
so
it was...
TI was
no,
circus themed, but the hero wasn't ready for CM?
Yeah. God.
So it's probably like half a year ago. A little bit more, maybe. 7 months ago.
So...
And when did he get into CM? 738, right? So that was 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago.
So will Kez make it to TI? I think so.
Yeah, he will be. I think he'll make it to TI.
Okay. Well, that'll be a confusing one to cast. Cast spell number 1, spell number 2. Easy peasy.
Every TI has like 10 to 20 heroes that are almost completely unpicked for the entire tournament. So looking at the hero roster, if Kez does get introduced, there's still like a 10% chance he doesn't get picked. So you can hope for that.
He'll be banned.
Yep, that's fine. Then you don't need to talk about him too much.
That's right.
You can just say, oh yeah, that hero's real good. And then... Okay, Shannon, I have a question for you.
Yes? Not contested heroes. Thank you. Production's helping
nice.
us.
How about we look at this?
But what was your question? I'm really
No, I
curious
think
now.
this is much, much better, to be honest, is what... All right. All right. Which of these heroes, what do you think it's going to take to make these heroes viable right now?
Shadow Fiend needs to get about 1,000 extra HP in the landing stage. And
yeah,
then
he'll probably be
away.
first pick then.
It goes away after 5 levels.
What? So you're unkillable until level 5?
I'll give real answers as an amateur game designer. I'll call myself an amateur right now.
Yep.
Okay. Let's start with Juggernaut because he sucks. Now, what is his issue?
Yeah, go on.
I think one issue with Juggernaut is his identity in the laning stage used to be, I get first blood.
Yep.
That's not a thing anymore.
Not really.
Early levels.
His identity is I get first blood.
Yes.
No.
Okay, sure. I think Blade Fury should be better at level 1 to allow for more first bloods. I miss hiding in the trees. With
So how do you make it better?
Maiden. Well, you could just scale it differently, perhaps.
Okay.
Maybe give a little extra move speed.
What if it's stunned?
Jug. Yeah, that sounds great.
Then I would,
Battery assault.
maybe you would get first blood then. It probably wouldn't do enough damage anyway.
Do what you need to do because Jug is amazing. Conceptually, he's fun to watch. People love.
Yeah, Jug is fun.
He's literally, if you go on Twitch, he's on the cover of the game.
Why are we watching
played.
the world upside down off screen? That's super. Are you trying to make the audience nauseous right now? What's going on?
No, they're not in VR, so
I didn't actually know Dota has the sky. Did you know that?
it's kind of pretty, isn't it? I thought it was a. Huh. I did not know that actually. Usually it like gets clipped out. But there's actually clouds? Oh, you could get lost in those.
I feel like I'm outside right now. Woo!
If you're just joining us, of course, Cinder and Suns fan here, we'll be talking about absolutely nothing until this game gets back underway. This will be game number 3 versus
Yes, sir.
Tundra and Team Spirit. Winner to play Falcons. Oh my God, that's a face.
Now,
That's a face only a mother could love.
Now, not to rub it in, Shannon, but I did convince you that we should wait with ordering food because who knows, this series could be a 2-0 and we might be able to go and eat at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Right. It's now 10.
Yeah.
I do think, oh, we're being asked if we need anything. Oh, yes, please. I will take, can I have 3 Amaretto Sours, please?
Oh, want
to
to
the
get some
casting.
drinks
That would
in
be
here.
absolutely lovely.
Oh, terrific.
Oh, if this actually happens, I would be blown away. That would be so funny.
I would like to turn this into a mukbang stream.
That is
where we
not how
get-
you pronounce that.
I don't know how to say it. I've never watched it. I'm actually disturbed by it, but I like eating and
What
I like
you said
cameras.
sounded more like a Pokemon.
Well, how do you say it?
I don't dare to say it now because maybe you were right and I'm wrong, so I'm not going to even try.
I need to hear what you have to say. Hey, it's a polywog.
Oh, that's Pog.
Look
That
at
is
these
literally
cute little guys.
that is a Polypog right there.
That's true.
That
That's
is a Pog.
better than the dinosaur face, I think.
What's the thing? It's the thing is called holding called. It's
yeah, I know what it is.
it's
I
a
don't-
plant.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think in Danish it's called Dunhammer.
Yep, that's what it's called in English too. Donhammer.
Ah, okay.
They actually
What?
pronounce it the same way too. I think it's actually translated to hot dog. That's what. You're
I'm
actually
actually- I'm gonna look up what this is called.
Oh, careful with the perspective there. That might not be PG. Might not be suitable for children. Careful now, observers.
Danish
All right?
to English.
Very careful.
Okay, it claims it's called a down hammer. I refuse to believe this, Google. You are awful.
That's right. I talk about how the down hammers always grow next to my my garden that I have at home.
All right, let's try here. I'll find it. You bet I'll find it.
I'm waiting. We're all
Yes.
waiting because the game doesn't start until
It's
you figure
called
this
a
out.
bull rush or a reed mace.
A bull rush?
Bull rush with 1 L.
Never heard of it.
Nope.
Dunhammer.
Or in America, mostly in America, it's called a cattail.
Oh, yeah, cattail. Yeah.
So you're
I've heard
familiar with that? Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get
yeah.
these other ones. Oh, yeah.
God, we really have the stupidest words in America.
Wow.
Осторожно. Играет
Now we got 10 in the game. What's so funny?
The polywalks are funny.
Okay. Yeah, there's a double.
It looks, they genuinely look as bad as they
Okay,
are.
next
It's like
topic.
Magic
Next
carp.
topic, Cinderin.
Yep.
They've
Oh, that's a
added
cute dog.
water to the map, all right? It's had almost no effect
Okay.
other than being able to add these cool creeps, which is nice.
Yeah.
What is the next level? What is the next layer to this? Let's go 2 years in the future.
Okay.
Valve is getting hounded by Reddit to come out with the next huge patch.
I've got it already.
Okay.
The water needs to go somewhere. There's going to be sewer drains.
Okay.
There's going to be drains around the map, and
Yeah.
you can go into the sewers, and that's where Roshan will be.
Roche will be underground.
You go into the sewers, and then in the sewers, there's like really disgusting creeps in there, but they still drop gold.
Okay. And
But
other
then
things?
if you fight your way through there, in the sewers is the sewer boss, and that's Roshan.
Oh, so Roche becomes a sewer boss.
Yes. So you have to go into the
his name
sewers
different?
to fight him. No. Because reasons.
Okay.
Yep. We'll
Well,
never rename Roche.
I personally want this.
Okay.
They didn't quite implement the same Roche that I wanted
Okay.
because, first of all, I love the fact that he runs down the river. I think it's great. But we need a second Roche on the map, and it needs to be Roche's sister. Okay.
What's her name going to be?
Roshana.
That's very unimaginative. Okay.
Okay, so Roche and Roshana, they will alternate spawn. Okay. Now, of course, this Roshana could be the wife or the sister, or both if you're from Alabama, right? So it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter which one it is, but it has to be related in some aspect.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all I got so far.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
You were waiting for the punchline. There is none.
There never is with you, is there?
Hey, this is called top-down game design. You start with the theme, and then you go down to the mechanics. The theme
All right. How have
is
you
very
got,
important.
when you do top-down game design?
Yeah.
Do you ever go down,
Yeah,
or do you just do the top
no.
level and then other people actually do the down stuff?
Eventually, yeah, it does
Okay.
come together. But actually, I would say most of the things that I've worked on have been bottom up. It's just easier to start
Yeah.
with mechanic.
I
it
see.
just is. But theme is pretty hard to find when you start with the mechanic. So it's more fun, I think, to start with just the theme. So they have this water. Now we need a dam at some point, right?
Oh, yeah, that's
We
good.
need to block the water.
Oh, look. Hey, don't go away from the crew squirrel.
That has...
Look at
We've already
him.
made this joke, but we'll do it again just because we're running out of material. The same amount of polygons as Morphling everybody. Everybody laugh.
Yep.
There we go. Thank you.
Oh, a butterfly.
That is a
Oh, 2 butterflies.
very detailed butterfly. Yeah. So I think let's think of some more ideas together because I think Valve is going to be farming this right now. So Roche, very important. Okay, Tormentor is kind of a weird one, right?
Okay.
Right now it's worth a lot. You don't like it how it currently is. I think in a competitive game, it's actually been pretty nice.
I think the new version is better than the previous. So, okay, here's my tier list for Tormentor. Both teams have one each. Worst.
Wait,
738,
okay.
second worst. So this is the best version of it we've had so far, the current one.
Okay.
It is the best one because now, instead of both teams just having one on each side, which I think was the worst version, then we got the previous one in 738, which gave way too much, and now they've toned it down.
Okay.
I think they could tone it down further.
What about this?
But it's okay.
You replace the Tormentor. You keep it exactly the same, other than you replace it
With Roshana.
with Roshana.
Yeah.
That's right. Man, we're on the same wavelength.
Oh,
Look
nice.
at
And
that.
what does Roshana do? What's this top-down going?
It just drops a shard. It's the same thing. It's
So-
literally the same thing. It's just people aren't excited to kill a cube. They want to kill
Ah.
Roche's sister or wife, or both if you're from Alabama. If you
Okay.
just joined us, that joke was told about 30 seconds ago. Just want to make sure that everybody that's tuning in now
It's good enough to repeat it.
understands it. Okay, just making sure. I'm from America, of course, so I can say that. Not from Alabama per se, but I
Yep.
could be. You can't prove it otherwise. Go ahead, Cinderin. Break that down. And wait, go back to the statue. Who is this guy? Who is this guy?
That's Aghanim.
No, it is not Agon. What is this?
Oh! Wait,
do
don't
we have
tell
a
me.
counter?
This is
Oh, we don't have a counter?
I wish they had a counter. That would be great.
I mean,
I think I'm winning.
no, there's
Really?
no way. There's no. You really think so?
I think I did.
Wow. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like for sure it's me. But
It's like we're really trying to talk ourselves up like it's a good thing.
wait, it depends. Does the S word, I'm not going to say it because it counts as a swear in some countries. Does that count? Because I don't think it does. If you can say something on American TV without being bleeped, it's not a swear word.
Okay.
Okay?
That's a very interesting moral compass to have.
Yeah. Well, America is very moral.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. No, so, okay. Why is this not... I think this is Aghanim before he was cursed.
What do you mean? He doesn't have tentacles.
It's a curse. He wasn't
Wait.
always like that.
Wait, is that actually part of the lore?
I don't know, but it sounds believable to me.
You actually gaslighted me into believing that. There's no.
No,
way this is Aghanim.
I'm okay.
You know, I think
it's Aghanim.
I think it's just Jesus. You know,
Yeah. I think that's definitely more likely than what I suggested.
Valve always love being as controversial as possible. It's definitely
Yeah.
a real life
If
religious
there's something
figure.
Valve love bringing into their games, it's religion and politics. That is definitely... Oh, look!
Oh, look! There's a
the-
drain.
The sewers!
Wow.
No.
That
They-
is gonna
They
be
have already
expanded.
prepared the sewers.
Yeah. They. Oh God. What is that?
Oh,
What's
we're going.
inside there?
We're going into
What
the
is that?
toilet. We're in the toilet.
Is that what I think it is, Cinderin?
Is that a cube? Where is this on the map?
Wow. This is an Easter egg that's really not interesting at all, but we're trying to make it
Wait, where?
interesting.
Okay, where? Oh,
Whoa,
so it's
there's
through, it is through
clipping.
the pipe.
Okay.
I'm telling you. Okay, well, the sewers need some work, but
Oh, that's a nice view, though.
that is the entrance to the sewers. They have it.
That's a I like this.
They have
viewpoint
planned
quite a
it.
bit. And that's beautiful. Just gorgeous. Look at the detail. Can't even tell the difference between real life and fantasy anymore with how many polygons are available to Valve. Source 3 coming out this year, of course.
Oh, look, it's Aghanim again.
No, it's not. And why are there a bunch of the same dude? He has a cup.
Maybe it's the old shopkeeper.
Oh, I actually missed that guy. What was his name? It was Quirrell and Squirt or something like that, right?
I don't think it was Squirt, but you
I think
never
it was
know.
Squirt without the S.
Quirt?
Yeah.
I
The only
don't-
reason I remember is because of Squirt. So, I mean, that makes sense, right? That doesn't count as a swear word, does it?
Didn't you say the S word?
That is true.
Okay, how many of this dude is there?
Dude, they're scattered everywhere. I promise you, this is going to be something that will come up later. Like in the future, this character, whoever it is
Oh,
gonna
that
show up
statue
in
is
some
cool.
way.
This one is the only one of that type, though, right?
Yeah, that used to be part of those areas that had auras, right? And now they got rid of that. We never remember the names. Nobody ever bothered.
This is Razor's cousin. Laser. Oh, there he is.
This one's lopsided.
There it is. Aghanim
Wow.
looking at what modern art is amazing. This is I call this piece Aghanim looks at Aghanim,
That's great.
or Jesus Square.
It's not Aghanim.
Alternative title.
For
Jesus.
God's sake. We know it's not Aghanim. There's a great detail again.
Okay,
We
this
can
makes
do
me
this.
wonder, did they make this, they wanted to have like placeholder statues in the game, and they made this, and it was meant to be like 10 different ones, and
Yeah.
then they just put them in and never changed.
Yeah, the intern just like, you know what? They're never going to... Just copy-paste this. Nobody will notice. And until now, nobody did. This is the first time anybody has noticed in the history of Dota. Oh, a full screen now. My goodness, look at this. Exploring the map together. Wow.
Honestly, it's incredible that you can have played this game for like tens of thousands of hours. I'm seeing a lot of stuff for the first time right now.
But this is a new map. A lot of this stuff probably wasn't even...
Well, I mean, that's fair. It's definitely been in for thousands of them, though.
I'm
a lot
shocked
of
that
it.
you haven't seen the drainage canals that are available throughout every game of Dota that you play. Yeah, let's explore a little more. We can get... It's a nice mountain range here. Very flat, actually. Not a lot of detail here. Somebody did not spend too much time on the areas that nobody would see until now.
There's the pogging polywog. Don't go too fast.
The cattail, hot dog.
Okay, he actually looks like he's upset with the other polywog. Like it wants to steal his cattail.
It's more of
Like-
a corn dog now that I look at
It's
it.
like, don't you fucking dare. What is that
Whoa,
guy
he's
doing?
stabbing him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you. Why is the guy in the back just watching?
Yeah, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, just be careful with the angle, observers, you know. Don't want to get this stream.
That guy is sussed out.
Yeah, don't want to. Oh, he's really, really angry. That's their grandpa,
Sus. Okay.
and the other two are bastard children of his son.
And also married.
Yeah, sure.
He's the Alabama
In
camp.
Alabama. Yeah, I think the next map for Dota is actually just going to be Alabama. Pretty sure.
Oh, where does this gate lead? This is a mausoleum, right?
Yeah, that might be necro related.
Oh.
Very pretty.
Oh, go through the door. Go through the door.
Maybe there's an Easter egg that nobody. Oh, what's in there? Looks
Nothing.
Like something. There's
Oh.
a butterfly.
Oh my
My
god.
immersion is ruined. What is this?
It's been stuck in there for years. Wait, there's
Jeez.
also one outside.
What do you mean years? Butterflies live like 3 days.
Well, not in there.
Oh, then maybe they should be in there.
Oh, it's stuck. Oh, there's some.
What kind of berry is this? God, we are really scraping.
Oh, I
berry.
love this. This is what are they called?
If I hear it, I'll know it's not cranberry.
It's not come to mind right now.
It's
Yeah,
a
if you
sweet-
zoom in a little bit more, we'll get it. Come on now. Yep, closer.
Is it something berry?
Red currant. Not really.
Okay.
These are the ones you have for Christmas, right? Is this mistletoe?
That is not a mistletoe.
It kind of looks like it.
I mean, Christmas is more cranberries, or maybe that's Thanksgiving.
Oh, these are the Christmas leaves with the red berries on them
Yeah.
that you don't eat. These are
Okay.
not for digestion.
Sure.
Oh my god, this is terrifying.
That is.
Juniper. That was my very first thought. I'm being told it's juniper. That was my very first thought. But I was like, that's something else.
Yeah, we have to give.
I don't speak
We have
English.
to give credit to production because
Yeah.
Cinderin did not think of that. Just want to throw
Okay,
that out there.
as you wish.
Cinderin, of course, still owes me $100 meal at some point.
How is this related to that?
It's just talking about the debts that you have. in life. And to the Dire Ancient we go. And this is where the neutrals are kept, very safe, with the Centaur creep holding a hammer of some sort.
Oh.
The blacksmith Centaur.
Is that, wait, was that animated actually? Was that glowing somehow? Oh, it is.
I mean,
It's got a little lava effect on it.
yeah. I
Wow.
wouldn't call that a glow necessarily, but
No, not really. It's just a... What's that dude called with the hammer? What do you think?
blacksmith Centaur. I mean,
That is honestly the most boring answer you could have possibly come up with. I'm impressed.
well, when it comes to these things that, I mean,
Oh,
How many
are
times
there
have we
names on the
gone-
ages? Are the names in there? My immersion. They could at the very least do the names on
yeah,
this.
yeah,
That would actually be
that
kind
would
of
have
cool.
taken
No joke.
very little time.
That would have been kind of cool.
Not really.
No?
No,
I think that would be cool.
because nobody would have known until now.
That's why Easter eggs are cool.
Depends on if they're...
Have you played Animal Well?
No.
There's some insane secrets in that game you will never discover on your own, except if you're pirate software.
Go back to
in
the
which case you will just figure it all out on your own. Randomly, you'll just go AFK.
Senator, I don't
You'll
know.
come back 5 minutes later, and you just figured out a puzzle that took the community 3 weeks to do.
Senator, we've known each other how many years now?
Too many.
How have you not learned when I'm not listening to you anymore? I've given up on that. Whatever.
Why
that
do you think
topic
I'm
was.
talking to you?
Okay. Go back to the ancient, please.
I'm talking to production. I'm having a good time. I'm vibing with them.
Look at this.
That's a beautiful dragon.
Wasn't this supposed to be temporary? People got mad and they made it permanent, right? The cosmetic.
Oh, did they actually end up making it permanent?
I mean, it's still here.
Wait. Larla's saying go when ready. Go! We're going!
I want to talk more, though. And we're back into the game. If you forgot it,
Top tower is
this is game number... Fuck! All right, add that to the swear list. Sorry about that, production. So back to the discussion about cosmetics. All right, I do feel like this game's going to start soon, so let's get back into casting modes.
You think so? Oh, look at Doracho. It looks very nice. He's got a nice little
Let's set the table again for the state of the game. It's 3 minutes in, so there's really not that much to talk about.
Yep.
But what was the sum it up again for the people that are just joining us? Because we've obviously gained thousands of viewers since we've been talking about absolutely nothing.
Yeah. So first of all, welcome to the new million viewers tuning in during our podcast here. We appreciate having you here. This is the secondary entertainment here is this game between Spirit and Tundra that has been paused for a while. The winning team will go to the top 3 of this tournament. The losing team will be 4th place and will be knocked out. And this is the final and 3rd game of a best-of-3 series. So there will be no more games after this.
That's right.
Except if it gets remade and starts over, which has historically happened in very recent times.
Yep.
We do not hope and do not think that will happen today.
Now, there isn't first blood.
There is no
There has
first
not been a
blood.
kill.
That is correct. That's
And
why the score is 0-0. That is the numbers in the top. If you're
Yeah,
tuning in,
that's right.
we're getting a lot of non-Dota viewers right now because word is spreading about how incredible this stream is right now. In the top center, you can see the time. There's 3 minutes and 6 seconds is how much time has elapsed since
That's right.
the laning started. Laning is where the creeps are units that start fighting, leaving the base.
Please, no.
And you see these little yellow boxes next to the sun. The sun in the top means that it's daytime, and the yellow boxes is how many games each team has won.
Yep, keep going.
Which is
Don't
1-1.
Don't stop. I'm close, Cinderin. Keep going.
That is fucked up.
Swear word for you. You're losing now. Because I decided you're losing. But yeah, if this ended up getting remade for whatever reason, typically, and I'm not saying that, we have no information on this.
There could be a full redraft is what you're getting at?
Well, no, I think this stands for a non-redraft, actually, and you just lane in the same lanes. to
Right,
start the
because
game.
no kills if, yeah.
That has occurred
That's
before.
fair.
I mean, that's occurred in games that are 10 minutes in, and there's been kills. That has happened before. But I don't know what the ratio is exactly.
No.
As we're seeing the upside down Aghanim/Jesus. Undecided which one that
Tundra
is.
are ready. Finally.
We're
Tundra,
all ready for this
Tundra,
to
we've
end.
been waiting for you for 30 minutes, and now you're finally ready?
А ну, кыш отсюда.
Yeah.
Кто такой? А ну,
Get your packet loss together, gentlemen. What does Chotam mean?
I am Googling this.
Okay.
I'm translating it.
Yeah, live translation from Cinderant. So
Translate from
PC restart at 10 times.
Vietnamese. I do not think that's what Doracho is speaking
Well, you
right now.
never
Let
know.
me try another language
You
here.
never know.
He says what it means what's up there. So probably what's up, I'm guessing.
Okay, there's more. There's more.
So he's saying sup.
There's Larla Jadem.
Probably something with Laurel.
Okay, just
Laurel, we are waiting. So I guess we are waiting for Laurel.
all right. Laurel is
Puck.
in the bathroom, probably.
Could be.
All right, back to the actual state of the game, though, because I have a strong feeling that it's going to start soon, Cinder.
Okay.
I really believe that we're going to get out of here and not be able to get any food. That's what I believe. Production's asking us what we want to eat.
I could amaretto sour wouldn't be bad right now. I'm feeling hungry, Shannon. I could go for an amaretto right now.
No, we're not going to eat at the game. I feel like I would take advantage of that too much. As long as there's something open when we're done.
Do you ever eat while playing video games?
No, actually, never.
Do you ever eat and not watch a show in the meantime when you're at home?
Uncommon.
So what other stuff do you do while eating when you do not watch a show? Because when I eat, I'm either watching something, either Twitch, or I'm watching something on the TV.
Right.
Almost exclusively
Yeah,
those two.
95% of the time that is true. The other 5%, I just have a meeting I need to be at.
You just eat and you have a meeting. Okay.
Yeah. And I just make ASMR noises for everybody to hear while I'm slurping down
Can you try it?
delicious soup.
Can you show me your best ASMR noises? Okay. Do you want to hear mine?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you like that?
No, not really.
No? I call it the champagne cork.
Oh, I was thinking something else. The later it gets, the worse my mind becomes.
Yeah, you'd think it's impossible, but
Yeah.
it can get even worse than this.
Yeah, that's true. That's why I gotta pump myself with energy, you know?
Lifestealer upside down kind of looks like a bat.
Okay,
Actually.
that's probably the most uninteresting thing that's been said during this long pause.
Yes,
And that
I
is
knew I was
saying
going to win
something.
eventually.
It has been something else.
At
to
least
talk
I'm
to you.
first in something.
That's true. You're first at being last.
This is... This looks like a crab.
That's AA.
I know. Looks like...
Just so you know, Cinder, there's cosmetics in the game that change the way the heroes look drastically.
Sorry, I can't see shapes.
AA becomes a pyramid for some reason.
Oh.
So just to let you know, in case, you know, the new players out there that are joining us. Of course, Dota gets a lot of new players every day because it's a very friendly game, very friendly community.
Yeah.
You know, having said that, playing other games, competitive games, Dota is actually on the more friendly side, believe it or not.
I believe it.
I'm not kidding.
No, I'm not
gonna
kidding
throw-
either. Why do you have to...
Cinderin,
Okay.
I'm not kidding here.
All right.
Okay?
Okay.
I play other games.
Which ones?
There's another Valve game.
Artifact?
It's called Counter-Strike.
Oh.
And,
Underlords?
well, yeah, those don't exist anymore.
What was your favorite Valve game that was not Artifact, Dota 2, or Counter-Strike?
Oof. There's not many to choose from.
There's Half-Life, Half-Life
Yeah.
2, Team Fortress 2, Ricochet, lest we forget.
Well,
The glorious best game of all time, Ricochet.
yeah, I would say original Half-Life then.
Original Half-Life, okay.
I was a beast, Cinderin.
Yeah?
Had a ball mouse,
Oh,
really crappy computer, and I was a master at the shotgun. Double-barreled shotgun.
can I just say, now that you just reminded me of something that's very dear to my heart when you said ball mouse.
Yeah.
You know those little, the laptops that have that little red dot that you can use as a mouse?
Trackball. Or-
That is, there are people that use that and like it.
Yes, I know.
How is that possible?
I don't know.
I am shocked that that is a thing. There are people that prioritize that over using, there are people that have that and a mouse pad next to it,
Yeah.
and they use the trackball or
Yeah.
whatever you called it.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
unbelievable.
I actually don't know if that's what it's called, because I think trackball might be the mice that you hold with your hands and you have the big ball that you move.
Whoa,
with
whoa,
your
whoa!
thumb.
I'm hearing stuff.
What do we have coming in
What's this?
here? Oh,
We're getting it delivered.
goodness.
Oh, it's a beer.
Heineken. Wow.
I was gonna say
That's two for Cinderin.
I was gonna say unspecified beer brand, but we're just throwing it right out there.
Unsponsored alcoholic beverage.
Oh, they're open. They have a meat hook.
All right, you can let Cinderin
Yo,
drink
can we
that.
show this on camera? I want to show this. Okay, you guys need to see this.
All right, hold on. Let me-
This is a sick opener. Yo, can I have the bottle too? Oh, we need to not show the branding though, I believe. So this could be any beer really. You see this? Look at this opener.
It's a hook.
It's the Pudge hook.
That's
Oh,
sick.
I hope it's easy to open with. Oh, that was very easy. Very
Wow,
nice.
incredible.
Well, cheers,
I don't
everybody.
drink beer, but thank you so much. He will double fist during the cast.
I don't know if I will do that.
He's
They did
gonna
not have a
double fist
Morito.
it.
Sorry?
Yeah, double fist it, Cinderin.
I'm not going to drink 2 beers at once.
Is he allowed to drink on camera? He can. Wow, this is amazing. I've never. Wow, chug it. Chug. Chug. Don't stop. Don't stop. Stop looking at me. That's so weird. Why are Why are you looking at me? Well, I'm looking. Okay. Yep. Keep it going. Did you guys know that Cinderin cannot belch? Literally incapable. So he could actually chug this, and nothing would happen. Isn't that right? Keep going. All right, they're really tired of seeing us on camera. They vetoed that hard. Really hard. All right. Well, I don't know how much longer this pause is going to go, but I'm committed to this. I'm committed to the cause.
To what?
To whatever this is. Whatever this has become.
This is a big bottle bite. This size, I don't think exists in Denmark. This is a double.
I've also never seen that.
It's a 2/3 liter bottle.
Yeah, it's meant for multiple people.
No. Well, no, but it's literally just a double beer. That's interesting. It's a weird size.
Yeah. Well, you're a weird guy.
That is not untrue.
Okay. Well, at least you admit it. Past the denial stage. That's the important part.
I will say, though, I do love that we were asked, what would you like to eat? And then
yeah, and you
the
said
ultimate outcome is a big beer. I think that is
yeah, that's fine.
That's wonderful. Well, we didn't ask for food, so
No.
we can't complain.
And if you're just joining us again, Cinderin made sure that we had to pause this game. He went up to all the pro players and said, please pause, so that he could get a beer delivered on stream.
I think maybe we should offer these beer to the players as well.
Oh, that's true.
Just
I don't know. I feel like casters talking to players during a game might be taboo.
Oh, well, we could have other
Call me
people do it.
crazy, of course.
We could have other people do it.
Sure. Sure. As we have a full disconnect and Radon's like, go try? Yeah, I think you can try.
That's funny.
Give it a whirl.
Oh.
What if, are we able to unpause ourselves?
No, not anymore.
Oh,
you can't finale
after the
anymore.
finale?
Yeah, it was taken out. Observers can't pause
That's
anymore.
unfortunate. Soxa making his way back in. Big reconnect from Soxa. Huge play from him. He's the first one on the side of Tundra. Dazzle's going to follow it up. Whitemon, the support Dazzle, by the way. You guys have been seeing a lot of mid Dazzle. Well, wait till you see support. Probably a lot worse.
Wait till you see Dazzle played in general tonight,
And they're
ladies and
both out.
gentlemen. Oh, here comes Here comes Taracho.
Yep, he's trying.
The wise hunter knows patience.
He's primed and ready to go. In the laning stage, his favorite part of the game, he gets the right-click creeps and usually doesn't die.
He's out.
And unfortunate.
What if all of Tundra's players, this is like when a server is down in an MMORPG and they're just checking in to see if the game is played and it's not, and then they just leave again. So they keep trying to log in to see if there's a game state and there's not, so they just quit.
Yeah,
What if that's what's going on?
I think everybody should just quit out of this. We just play Counter-Strike, and that's how we decide Game 3.
How about this for a tournament?
Yep.
The pro game triathlon, where the teams need to play Dota, Counter-Strike, and if it's a tie after those two games, they need to drink. It's
boy.
Do you think that would be... Which team do you think would be the best in Dota at that triathlon?
I feel like it would be more fun if everybody's forced to drink first before the games start. Then
How do you
play.
win?
Everybody wins.
Oh, that's actually true. The audience wins.
Yeah. And I know the player that you would think of that would be best at both of those.
S4.
Yeah.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He was really good at CS. Surprisingly. Oh, maybe not surprisingly. But
Okay, so out of active pro teams,
yeah.
which pro team... Okay, let's just say it's video games in general.
Okay.
Who do you think would be the best team at just any game?
What
if
does
you
that
had to-
mean, any game?
Like, let's just say these guys are obviously elite level Dota players. Let's say you take all the teams of this tournament and you throw them into a new video game that none of them have ever played before. Who do you think would be the best on day one?
It would be the younger players.
The younger players?
Oh, 100%. No question.
I think there would be a decent chance more of the experienced players would be better because they would have played more different games.
Yeah, but they don't have like that same energy.
They just wouldn't care, is what you're saying.
I mean, the younger generation, they do tend to have ADHD a little bit more often, so that could sidetrack them. You know,
this is like the most random claim of all time. You have nothing to back this up,
Cinderin,
except anime avatars.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but here's my psychiatric advice.
Okay.
Okay, that's basically what I was saying.
That what? Okay.
So we're waiting to see if the admins will give the go-ahead, and we'll try one more time. I think this game does make sense that we'll be playing 10 seconds at a time.
Yeah.
And we can break it apart that way. That way the VODs are very easy to digest because, like I said, the younger generation with the ADHD, if they're watching a 10-second video versus an hour, they're more likely to watch that 10 seconds. So if that 10-second video is broken up into 100 videos, that's going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Especially with the algorithm on YouTube. I mean,
oh yeah, that's true.
Time watched.
Isn't it 10 minutes that's the sweet spot right now, or was that last year's
I couldn't tell you, Cinder. I could care less. It's just too much information. There's too many things changing every year. as T-Gov has walked in for
Hey,
some reason.
yo,
he wants
you
the
want a
other
beer? Do you want
Take
it?
the other
You can
one.
have the other one.
Take the other one.
Do you have the? We need the hook opener. Do you want to drink it on camera?
Yeah, T-Gov, you want
It's
to
not
chug
an
that on
official
camera?
endorsement. We can just. Do you
Yeah,
want to
let's
you
get
need to
the
an
lights back
opener.
on, and it's
I don't-
only going to be
I don't-
T-Gov
I
in
don't
front of
have
the
the
camera,
opener.
and he's going to chug this thing. Oh, he says he's not
Yo,
going to chug it, but he's going to
T
chug it.
just. Yo, you guys won't believe this. T just said he'll do a shoey live on cam.
And he's about to walk out the door.
You need the opener. You actually just wanted the beer.
All right, lights
the
are
lights
back
are on.
on.
There's
T-Gov.
no backing out now, T. We're ready for the
He's going to
cinema.
try to open it with his fingers.
That is very brave. I think it's a bad.
yeah,
I don't think they would
bang it on
appreciate
the
you
table.
opening-
That's a
No,
good idea.
Probably not right. You can open it with this.
We'll wait
technically.
for
You're good at it.
production to come in with the or the bottle opener. Yeah, someone's coming. T-Gov, don't worry. Don't worry. You'll get this on camera. Your moment to shine. He just wanted the beer. He doesn't want to be on camera, but that's the price you pay.
I think he said, "I just wanted the beer. I didn't want to talk to you."
Oh,
That's what he just said.
Okay, yeah.
But
apologies. You get roped into this
What's that?
hour-long conversation.
I'm seeing literally thousands of messages in chat that are just pogging at the thought of you doing a shoey on camera.
There you go. Nobody can hear you, T-Gov. All right.
Do you want to? You can be on mic. Here we go. All right. He said he doesn't
All
want
right.
to talk to
Let's
chat.
get the cameras on. T-Gov is going to walk into the frame. Wait till you're on camera, young man. All right, we're going to commentate this. Cinder and Suns fan. T-Gov has an unsponsored beer in his hands. He's going to get ready to chug it. There we go. Oh, that's a good start. That's a good start. Look at that gullet action. It's really going down smooth. He is actually chugging that way better than Cinder. And
Dude,
Cinder
this is
doesn't
pretty
have a
high.
gag reflex.
This is pretty
He's gonna
high
get the whole
APM.
thing. It's going to be pretty close. He's getting really close to finishing. I can't believe it. Holy shit. He's actually going to finish the entire bottle. He's going to get alcohol poisoning. He's done it. T-Gov. Nicely done, young man. Well done. Now get the fuck out of here.
Oh, wow. That was actually really impressive. He said he wanted a beer. Now he doesn't have a beer.
That's right.
He came in here to get a beer.
He didn't even get to enjoy it. All right, and back to our really boring conversation.
No, I'm nursing mine. I'm chill. I'm enjoying myself.
I'm going to drink my drink, which is unsponsored as well. It's non-alcoholic.
Unsponsored.
It gives me energy, though. So
Oh.
try it out. Usually that means you can talk, Cinder, and fill the time.
No, I'm just watching the replay of T emptying that beer. I'm actually quite impressed.
All right, well. Why don't you commentate the commentating?
Commentate the what?
The replay.
Oh, the replay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
You're
watching
casting
the
the
replay.
cast.
I'm watching the replay, so it's not live for the. You understand how replays work? Do you
I
know what
understand.
time is?
Cinder, and like, I don't know how many times I have to say that we're scraping the barrel here. The barrel just got deeper, okay?
Oh.
And you're questioning why I'm doing things, okay? All right, they said go, then they said not yet. We are waiting for admins. Ah, okay. All right, so production is telling us the issue has been fixed for Tundra, and Spirit, or should have, quote unquote, fixed it for Tundra.
This is a
and
good
Spirit will
suggestion
be
for
next.
33. I believe you used to work in IT support.
That's right.
And 33's suggestion was, did you restart 10 times?
So, funny
I think
story.
that's usually what you do.
And by funny, I mean not funny at all. But
Great. Just like the rest of this.
just like the rest
So,
of this abomination. But yeah, working in tech support, you would not believe how stupid people are. But I think these days...
I would believe.
No, that's the thing.
Okay.
This is 20 years ago.
Okay.
Saying that, like, oh, you wouldn't believe how... Now you would, because it's very obvious how stupid everyone is in the world. Everyone, including me, Cinderin. It's self-deprecating.
Okay.
But restarting, it does fix most of the issues.
Yep.
It really does. It's a wonder drug, if you will. That's the story.
Okay. How about you restart this game then so it works?
No, we don't need to restart it.
Oh, so it does work.
Yeah, it'll work eventually.
Nice. All right.
If you hit it hard enough, it'll fix the RAM inside.
Are you sure you were IT support?
Something like that. You can download RAM, by the way.
We'll fix the RAM inside.
Yeah, have you ever gotten a message to download more RAM, Cinderin? That was an old phishing tactic back in the day.
Sure, that worked great on you.
Now, the only thing hitting your computer will do is, if you have an actual hard drive,
Yeah.
it'll fix the fans making noise sometimes. That's about it.
Yep. It also
Otherwise,
works on the
bad.
fridge out here. That sometimes makes noise.
Yeah.
When you slam that a little bit on the side, it stops making that whirly sound for a
Right.
little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Tigoff showed me that live hack.
Yeah, that's good. That sounds really useful.
Yeah.
And we're back to Jesus' face.
All right.
Jesus Aghanim,
It's
the hybrid.
what is he holding? Is it a book or is it? I actually can't tell what he's holding.
It's
it
a
a weapon?
tablet. No, it's not. It's a stick.
It is a stick. It's Aghanim.
Come on, dude. There's no way. Doesn't even look remotely the same, even if there's a curse upon him. Unless the Aghanim we've seen is younger and more lively, and then he gets turned back into more human without the tentacles or
Like
whatever.
Kid Invoker.
Sure. Yeah, why don't you tell everybody why you hate Kid Invoker so much and why you hate children in general?
Okay, that's a bit uncalled for and untrue.
Well, partially untrue.
What do you mean partially untrue? Okay, the Kid Invoker part, you
Yeah,
mean? Okay,
exactly.
all right, all right.
That's how you get people with
That's
clickbait,
like
Cinderin.
partially untrue.
That's how you get people.
I was like, what have
You
I
need to learn
said?
how to survive in today's day and age.
Okay, I will say I hate kids crying on the airplane. That is actually very annoying.
I have great
That is-
earphones.
That is annoying.
noise
But I think that's
canceling.
annoying to most people.
I love
That doesn't make me a bad person. I want to establish this, Janet. I'm not a bad person. I think you... Can I get a hell yeah on that?
Do you think that
All right, never
anyone
mind.
thinks they're a bad person, though? Think about it for a second.
Sorry? Okay.
Production is telling us that Team Spirit is back in, and in about a minute, we're going to give it another whirl.
Do you want to count down together?
No, not really. Production's telling Cinderin to shut the hell up.
Oh, finally.
Thank you for that, production. Yeah, we'll see if this go-around will be successful or not, and this podcast will come to an end. This has got to be one of the worst ones we've run, I think. Thanks to our Patreon members, of course. Shout out to T Coil and Yatoro does it again. Cinderin.
Can we get a fun fact from Mr. Niebling, please?
Yeah, seriously, Niebling, come on.
All right.
Yes. Usually when somebody says that.
No, I'm looking at this face.
Oh, God, here we go again.
Okay, I see myself.
What?
I have resting indifferent face. You know,
Okay.
some people call it resting bitch face. I don't, because that's a bad word, and I'm no bitch.
Well, you just said.
Okay.
That's two bad words for Cinderin.
Well, I gotta get up the tally.
Yeah, of course. Are you going to continue talking? What
No,
is
that's
this?
it. That's it.
This is the worst anecdote. Again, you keep
No,
making the barrel
you-
deeper and deeper.
No, you taught me this. You told me you built up this whole Roshana thing, and then there was no point. So this is my version of it. Okay. This is literally what you just did.
Yeah, but then I got to make
No, you
an
did
Americans are stupid joke. That's okay.
based on Roshana.
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't listening.
Oh, the Alabama thing.
Oh.
You need me to say that a third time? It's fine. We'll get through this together, everybody. All the viewers here, the very few of you that have stuck around, you're in it with us. Cinder and Suns fan, and we're gonna cast this game and continue this, even if it kills us. And if it does, then we'll be replaced by T-Gov, who it will be drunk by now, of course.
Ooh. Yeah.
How are you feeling?
Gotta be kicking in soon. I'm doing great.
How many of those would it take to get you drunk?
It really depends how much I've eaten before.
Okay, that obviously I'm talking about the current state of things, Cinderin. Always so analytical.
I have not eaten much today. It's probably just two or three of these.
Just 2 or 3, I'd be done after 1.
Yeah, but I'm Danish. We have a light. You train your entire life. for
Okay,
this.
that's racist.
This is actually the Olympics.
That's
I can
racist.
say that because I'm Danish. You can make Alabama jokes. I can joke about drinking.
That's fair.
It's a
You guys have an Alabama equivalent in Denmark.
No, I'm sorry to say that's,
that's
we
too
don't do
bad.
those over here.
That's unfortunate.
That's,
What, your family?
we don't generally. That's not really
Yeah.
a common topic.
Yeah,
I must say.
that's fair. That's fair. That's probably off topic in general. But that's the state of this cast, apparently.
All right, I see T-Gov writing in chat, and he's already making typos. So I think the beer is kicking in.
Okay, yeah. What's he saying?
He wrote -d-tart instead of start, and then he corrected himself afterward.
Oh, I see. Okay,
So-
yeah. He's plaster then.
He's
sure.
he's writing -begin now.
I mean, he's British, so he can handle his liquor up to a point, right?
That's racist. You can't say
Yeah,
that.
that's true. I'm not British. I can't say
That's
that.
right.
I apologize to all the British people out there.
Yeah, British are apparently a race now, so
Well, everything's a race now, Cinderin. We're in DOTA. Okay, there's polywogs, there's underwater
Oh, the
creatures.
squirrel is back.
Oh yeah, well it hasn't moved because we've been paused for an hour. In case you missed it, everybody, for everybody new in here, that's what's happening.
It's kind of cute though.
Leave me alone.
Not really.
No? This reminds me. The squirrel. This really reminds me of Generation 1 Pokemon. And like number of polygons, overall look.
I wouldn't know.
You've never played Pokemon.
We've had this. How many times do we have to have this conversation?
All right, let's have it again.
I've not
What's your
played
favorite Pokemon?
Well, Squirtle, just because the name's amazing.
Okay,
And
I
it
mean, that's
reminds me of the side shopkeeper
All right.
named Cordle, I think.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. Pretty sure that's right. Is that the extent of your topic here?
That's good enough.
Okay. What's your favorite game of all time that's not Dota 2?
Vanilla World of Warcraft.
I don't know why I even asked. I already knew that.
Okay, great question. What's yours? That isn't Counter-Strike.
Heroes
Because
of,
Counter-Strike ahead of Dota 2. Obviously.
Heroes of New Earth.
Heroes of New Earth? Okay,
Yeah.
all right. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
No, that's close. That's too close to Dota. What's your favorite game of all time that isn't Counter-Strike or Dota? Or Heroes?
Or Heroes.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a tough one, Cinderin. You really got me in a pickle here.
Is it Fable?
No. It
No.
was great. Jade Empire was also a thought, but no.
Okay.
Honestly, it might be Hades.
That is
Maybe.
also a very good choice.
Maybe Hades.
I fuck with that.
It's that's
See
not
how
the
I
first
snuck
word.
in an F word there?
Yeah,
That's
good job.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
keep that counter going, everybody. If somebody could go back throughout the VODs of all of our casts so far and then count the swear words,
Across our entire career.
our careers as well, if you
Oh,
have the
you would
time.
probably have a lot from back in the Han TriCast, wouldn't you?
The Han track? No. Yeah. Yeah.
You probably. The vibe I was getting from those back then.
Yeah. No, actually, that's not true. I didn't curse very much back in the day
No?
until I met my wife. She
Oh.
has a potty mouth, as they would say.
Honestly, to me that's a green flag. That's good.
That's a green flag.
Yeah,
really.
that's
So I was, let's say, 25 when I met her.
Okay.
So at that point, I was actually not cussing at all.
Okay.
Because it was very bad in my family to cuss. Like, we wouldn't even say the word fart, for example.
Wow.
Believe it or not. Like,
When
everything
they
was a
said
curse
don't
word.
use the F word. That was the one you guys were
I'm not
talking
kidding.
about.
That's why. That's
So what
where
did you say then?
That's why what the horse is a thing, because I would actually implement horse into some
I have
of
to
these.
go outside and horse.
No.
Was what you said.
No. Horse was, the F word, I guess. What the horse.
Okay, but what was
Instead
your
of
word?
WTF,
What
it's
was your word
WTH.
for fart?
It's a Farsi word.
Oh, you use a Farsi word instead.
Yeah. Which
A
just-
fartsy word, if you will.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, the
Oh!
unpause! I'm hearing! I
Oh!
forgot what it was like to watch Dota! Will we have a pause in the next 5 seconds? We'll find out very shortly. We're back into the game. Game number 3 between Team Spear and Tundra!
Okay, this is the longest sequence we have
We're good.
played in the last hour.
We're good.
10 seconds of lane gameplay. I completely forgot we were doing this, actually.
What heroes are being played? Where are we?
Okay.
Now you can answer that question that I asked in the beginning.
I'm hesitating to answer anything right now because I feel like the pause is imminent, but it's just not coming.
It's not.
It's real.
Production are gods. They fixed the issue. Knock on wood. Cinderin?
It's happening. Nobody's complaining. We're good. Everything's fixed.
Ooh,
except
courier
Lawl's
kill.
courier. Lawl's courier is not fixed and will be sent back to base.
That's a tango. That's a ward. Root. Going to be applied a little bit of pressure by Duraccio. A lot of pressure, in fact. He's going to get fed a Lotus, and there's the Aphotic Shield
A
from Collapse.
Photic Shield. We talked about, okay, I mean, I was going to say we talked about this and it's been like an hour, but...
Yeah, 1 hour ago when this game started.
We talked about how this offlane Abaddon will be very good against the 5 Dazzle, because what 5 Dazzle does is Poison Touch and pressures the lane with that together with the carry, but just dispel it on Collapse. And you can see Whitemon is just going to hold on to that the whole time, waiting to hope, kind of hoping that they can just force out the Aphotic Shield prior and then cast it after. But it's going to be difficult to do with a Lifestealer. It's not like he's going to hit the Abaddon hard enough to really force out a shield.
Yeah, we should mention the CS in the mid lane, which somehow in the hour pause...
Did not change. That's crazy.
No, we didn't mention it once. Radon, though, Yatoro, going to be fed a Lotus, but he is going to get first blood. And we do have a kill in this game, and it is Soxa taking it. Good start for Tundra. I can't even say start without laughing. Laurel in the mid lane, 25 and 3 CS. We might have some action up here. Whitemon, he's going to be okay. Poison touch.
Yeah, there's the
Always
aphotic shield.
The aphotic shielded off.
They're actually doing surprisingly good damage up here on the side of Tundra. I guess Doracho is just... we were looking at this mainly through the scope of Dazzle can't really harass that hard, but they also, in turn, can't do very much to the Lifestealer.
Yeah.
He's just hitting them non-stop. If he trades away, you can heal him with Shadow Wave, and just you're obviously going to lifesteal some. And yeah. Rue will keep trying to steal some gold from him with the Janata. Is Whitemon preparing to go to the 6-minute rune? No, never mind. He turned around, heading back over, and now Collapse potentially going to chase him down here.
Gonna start the chase.
Rue can reach here.
Can
He probably can.
The water, though. The water's
Oh.
making him so quick. Unbelievable.
I'm surprised they didn't keep chasing down the river.
Yeah, because they also get that speed boost, Cinderin.
That is correct. Both teams can.
Unbelievable. Well, the 6-minute rune will be bottled by BZM. It's the shield rune, so he is going to be virtually unkillable.
All right, hear me out. As Laurel will survive this.
Yeah.
What if the movement speed in the water was less than it is now, but it was tied to having something under your control to get the move speed?
What does that mean, tied to something? Like a watcher?
Yeah, well, not the Watchers, but let's say you control the Watcher in an area and therefore you get the move speed bonus
Yeah,
in the water.
let's get more objectives on the map.
Yep, love that.
Terrific.
I thought you were the one who liked the
I mean,
objectives, and I was the one who didn't.
I just don't know how I feel in general. It's just, it feels very meh. As a, just...
Oh, you mean about Dota?
Of course not, Cinderin. We haven't gone sub-tick, so everything's fine here.
All right.
Now, Yatoro playing the Ursa, in case you forgot.
Yeah, I actually do remember this now that you say it.
He will be going Battle Fury.
Yeah, pretty standard.
The shrines will come.
The meta did not change in the last hour. It would have been interesting if the teams just started building completely different items.
Well, you don't know that for sure. It could have changed in the last hour. They had a lot of time to talk. 33. I mean, this is a hero that, when he gets to around this level, Beastmaster can be very intimidating. Now, how does an Ursa feel about a Beastmaster in this kind of stage? It looks like he's kind of scared.
Oh, that was bad timing on the
board.
jump, actually.
Blood grenade. Radon, is he going to die again? Yes.
Yep.
33 will claim it this time.
The last pick, Beastmaster, mad impact so far. The dust is going to miss on Rue. He did cut up to the northeast, but still, this bottom lane is going really, really well for the Beast. And along with that, of course, we already covered the tiny winning mid against Puck. And the top lane, is it fair to say Tundra are kind of winning all 3 lanes, at the very least by a decent-ish margin?
Oh, we got the coil. The shield rune is already gone. Maposhka and Radon coming to play. The toss-up.
Some big-ass
Whitemon is in the area. Does he have Grave? He does. Does he need to even use it? A nice avalanche. BZM will eventually get Grave, but I'm not sure if he can get out of this.
I'm sure he can't.
Radon and Maposhka finish the job. Laurel secures the regen rune. That is a very good turn of events for Spirit.
And it's not obvious to make this move. Let's keep that in mind. Radon TP'd mid and ganked on the carry minute 8. He went for that play and is, in the meantime, giving Rue a little bit of space bottom on the Bounty Hunter. And as a matter of fact, he's not even interested in heading back there. He's just jungling for the time being on Ursa. So this way, you get faster track. Ursa is safer at farming, but he will get less GPM for sure than with the laning. And also, he doesn't have any lifesteal, so... Well, what did he just get? He got the Ripper's Lash with health on it.
And 33 now level 6, as Saksa will run into Maposhka and Rue. That will lead to his death. Lose Your Orb actually finishes the job as Whitemon. With the Poison Touch onto Maposhka. BZM looking for a toss target. He'll get it. Down goes Maposhka. So 1 for 1. Good rotations here. 33, just checking in the pit, just in case. Rue on the high ground. He should be able to get out just fine. There's another
33 looking to...
Oh, a dust. Rue finally found.
Yeah, he's done for.
He has Roar, doesn't need to use it. That's an easy pickoff for Tundra. Nice job from Saksa.
And they're going to turn this into a push. This is such a fast Helm of the Dominator. This game could snowball out of control for Tundra right now. But the Storm, the level 4 summons on 33, they don't really have the best heroes at dealing with this. We haven't talked about that too much, but like if 33 has this dream of a start, who's going to sit down here? parking your puck bottom sounds really bad. So I think Laurel will want to get the hell out of here ASAP, and just maybe Rue just sits here and leeches, and you just accept you're going to lose the tower. Definitely not ideal. And in the meantime, BZM also putting pressure onto mid together with Whitemon. And of course, this is the luxury you have when Lifestealer has a totally free lane, right? You can just sit up there. Doesn't care about a bad end. They're both just farming, whatever. Means everyone else is free to move.
There's the roar. And Rue will be the recipient. He's going to die easily as the coil comes out, but...
Collapse TPing for
33
this.
is going to be not so fine, actually. The Waning Rift brings it back into the arms of Laurel as Whitemon's going to TP into the bot. Soxa going to get graved and should be able to TP out.
Yeah.
So 1-for-1 in favor of Spirit this time. Although Collapse is...
he has a skill point
The
available.
global silence has popped. And that will be in a defensive measure to get Collapse and company away, although has to be careful. How is that enough damage? It's a double damage. Oh dear. BZM with the tree toss.
And you could tell Collapse wasn't expecting that to kill him because he didn't even skill his ulti.
Yeah, true.
He didn't even skill it after he died. We've seen that earlier this tournament where the players are a little bit slow to react but still skill it.
Well, I didn't think it was going to kill him either. He didn't see that there was a damage rune. That's the issue. Man, that is really, really unlucky.
Mid lane Rue tossed into tower range. No avalanche follow-up though. That was used to set up the toss and the tree throw. Not quite enough.
And he's continuing the chase as BZM, but avalanche not going to be there. So remind me, because I've forgotten already. Is this the same game where someone said Tundra needs to get off to a good start? They need to survive the laning stage?
There's been 2 of those games this series, I think.
Okay. Was this one of them?
Yep.
Okay.
This one and the previous one, I
It looks
believe.
like they've survived the laning stage. So.
Oh, not just survived it. I mean, I don't think the angle was that... When you say they need to survive the laning stage, it sounds like they're on the back foot.
No. Yeah,
I think their lineup in this game is supposed to play from ahead, so the lanes need to go well so that they can really keep playing aggressively. Because ultimately the Puck, the Ursa, and the Abaddon will be tough kills for this lineup down the stretch, but when you're playing the Dazzle 5 especially, you're not going to have that high sustained damage in the mid-game portion.
Yep.
But the lanes, I would say, overall for Tundra have definitely gone according to plan, if not even better. 33 on the last pick, Beastmaster. I did not think his game was going to be this good. He is so rich.
Not that far away from a Helm of the Overlord.
Yeah, just probably a minute away. That's going to be a 14-minute Overlord. Really, really good timing here.
And they're going to be kind of setting up for the next couple minutes when the Tormentor spawns. It's going to be a really late spawn for the Tormentor Center, an hour and 15 minutes I think it's going to be.
Yep.
Since the game started at least.
Let's see if the teams have timed it.
Yeah, this will be tough. Rue finally level 6, so has his track. Soxa only level 5 right now. He really needs to leech a little bit of XP here. Does hit level 6 now with the D-wards.
Yep. And there's also going to be a Wisdom coming up very soon, so then he's probably going to crack 7 unless this somehow gets stolen by Rue, but he doesn't seem to be planning to even go there at the time, for the time being.
Yep, 33 just occupying this side of the map, knowing that there's going to be possibly a big fight in the near future.
Abaddon. This should be able to force his ult, and they're waiting on follow-up here. Oh, he killed the
a nice little courier. Very good steal.
But
and
Collapse.
Dyrachyo chasing. He doesn't really have much damage. As Collapse will pop his ult a little early. And here comes the knuckle projection from Dazzle. As the creeps will ravage, and Collapse stuck in a corner, taken out by BZM. But meanwhile, Radon forcing out a fortification in the mid lane. This should be a freebie for Spirit.
Yep. And we'll go to Radon himself. So I believe that is a completed Battle Fury. 14 minutes. Not amazing.
That's nice. Rue.
But also not bad.
They have a Sentry. Oh, they have the dust. There's the roar. Wrong place, wrong time, my friend. Did get a decent amount of XP, though, from this.
Yeah, he was just trying to leech. I feel like if you're trying to leech here, there's a much safer position to take. If you realize you're kind of getting away with it, maybe you want to inch a little bit off to the left or go south, closer to the Watcher, but like you said, he got a decent chunk of it regardless, but the kill kind of makes it not worth it in the end.
Tundra, they're smoked with 3. They're going to try to occupy this area that we've been talking about, the Tormy time. And the thing is, Dyrachyo is kind of close to Radiance. And by kind, I mean he has it now. Goes to the secret shop. And this is a huge power spike for Tundra. I mean, you talked about the Battle Fury on Yatoro, but that's not the same as the Radiance.
No, definitely not. He needs to keep farming for a bit. I think this Tormentor is just, I would say, in concede territory for Spirit. I think it's a little bit tough to fight right now with how the early lanes went. Well, they can bait out some spells there with the illusion nicely done from Laurel. But this, the Ancient Black Dragon already, this is a problem. It's just going to keep pushing this wave. It's going to make the team fight a lot harder if Spirit were to take it. But they're kind of just stalling for time. And now, maybe they're planning something against Dyrachyo here.
Dyrachyo.
Silence.
Now the silence to start. There's the coil.
Global.
And the global. He might be dead here. It's going to be close. And get his head fast off onto the creep at the last moment as the Tormentor's being taken out. While this is happening, he'll jump out. The creep will die. Dyrachyo.
Waning Rift?
Is he possibly going to get out of this? The open wounds onto Laurel.
Dude, there's no way he lives here.
The Radiance
my
aggroing
God.
the creeps. Is he fine? Dyrachyo, he's going to be met by the rest of his team. Unbelievable. He
And
based out a bunch of spells. They get Whitemon with the shard. AA Blast. Not sure what that hit.
Well, they're on the same team, so.
I know, but where did I heard it? Where did it go?
They did a camp next to the lifesteal or something. But,
All right.
wow, they got the Tormentor for free this way.
Yeah, that was huge for Tundra.
And that was a very, very close call on the kill. Maybe slightly better execution was possible for Spirit there. But that's a huge kill to avoid, and they're going to turn this immediately into a top tier 2 push, knowing that these spells are down. No global, no coil. Feels very hard for Spirit to fight right now, so Tundra piling on the pressure.
Oh, well, Dyrachyo doesn't have Infest this time. But do they have the damage? The Blood Grenade, the track?
Dude, surely not again.
Illusory
right?
Orb is coming. Dyrachyo, can you do it again? No. Waning Rift is enough. They find the distance. Nothal Projection used.
Yeah, now
Defensive
Spirit might
measure
just
here.
chase them.
Yeah, and this
Kill the
Ancient
dragon.
Black Dragon is dead. BZM
Collapse does not
thinking
evolve.
about initiating. Laurel's going to get the Waning Rift and a coil onto 2. They're both going to snap it. They're going to focus down the Dazzle first, it looks like. But the Abaddon's the one that has to be careful. Collapse just gets collapsed. Whitemon, TP out, successful. As 33 taking the brunt of the damage from Radon, he's going to get pushed back by the Wild Wing Ripper. But you can see Laurel going in, finishing off Soxa. He gets a double kill onto 33. BZM with a huge Avatos onto Radon. TP out. He's fine. Wow. That was a crazy-ass fight.
It's really, really good for Spirit, though. They got multiple track kills, and they were the ones who were behind by 5k. Now cut it down to 1 with this one quick move. A massive win, and above all else, I think the big winner in this is Laurel getting so much gold. So he's making progress now toward his next item. Seems to be... Yeah, he already has the Blink flying out, and he's queuing up a shard. Getting that bonus damage out during phase shift.
Yeah, that was a huge get. Huge get for Team Spirit.
It kind of equalizes everything that just happened in the last, like, 13 minutes. So, pretty massive for them. And as we talked about, Tundra, they wanted to keep the ball rolling and play this tempo. That time maybe overstayed their welcome a little bit with Dyrachyo dying in mid. That was effectively kind of a 5v4 to begin with up top.
Yeah, that's true.
The move was quick from Spirit's side after finding the mid pickoff.
33 with the cover of Whitemon on the back line. I mean, this lineup's a lot different with the Dazzle being a position 4/5, whatever you want to call it.
I mean,
Don't have to worry about the ridiculous damage in the mid game.
how do you build this hero as a support is what I'm thinking. Like, item-wise.
I mean, do you
I
still
guess
go
you
the
just
same-
buy random utility stuff like Glimmer Force and...
Oh, Dust actually does hit Rue. He is gonna get destroyed here. Good awareness from Tundra.
Yep. But if nothing else, in classic bounty hunter fashion, drawing attention to himself. And that means there's space for everybody else in the team to farm. So you see Laurel, both Laurel and Radon actually jungling for the time being. The waves have been pushed just enough, which is very, honestly, it's a good sign in this game if Spirit have 2 cores jungling, because it means they've successfully pushed out the waves far enough against this lineup of Tundra that kind of wants to constantly just shove at you with the side lanes, especially. If you get the luxury of going to the jungle, that's it's not bad.
Echo Saber now online for BZM.
Dire's
So has the Blink Echo.
Armlet for Dyrachyo. It's go time.
Roche,
Gonna push mid.
careful now. Careful, young man.
Here he comes.
Going to his wife/sister,
Oh,
Roshana.
Dyrachyo. Oh, we almost walked into.
Lara will get the tier 1. Ooh, blinks
Quick
out.
reaction
Nice
from
timing.
Marl.
And
Oh,
a coil. Wow, lots of quick
Damn.
reactions here.
Fastest fingers in the West. Both of them shoot, but nobody hits. That's not how that works.
Maybe one day. The Avalanche is actually going to find Puck initially, but BZM is very low on mana now, very low on HP as well, as the urn is applied.
Nice blast.
Oh, he
They
gets
get him.
roared. That's going to be the death of him. Big kill from Tundra, and that's going to turn into a Roche.
Now, will he buy back for this, potentially? They know BZM is low. Oh, he has a regen rune. The perfect rune for the occasion. They know they're in there, obviously.
Yeah,
So
they
it
have
doesn't
to-
matter that he shows. And, well, it looks like Spirit are kind of thinking about it, but,
No, surely not,
I mean, why else would they just be standing here?
because it looks cool. Dyrachyo gets the Aegis. Now the Infest inside of BZM.
Oh, straight to work. They see
Target.
Miposhka, but they're not going to chase him for now. Maybe looking for a bigger pick here is BZM. But if he were to quickly take a look to the south, he would kill the Silencer. He's going to kill the wave first, and Miposhka will get up. And I was going to gate up toward Red
This
Dawn.
would be massive.
He has Blink.
He's all alone.
He seems kind of aware that this is coming. I mean, it's not exactly rocket science based on the previous movement of the heroes, but
He scans.
could still get caught off guard. He's going for the wave.
Okay, Avalanche, but there's the Enrage from Radon. He's going to get some last right clicks. As there's a Nothril projection from the support, and he has nowhere to go. Big kill for Tundra.
I'm honestly a little bit surprised he got caught.
Arl
wow,
actually
whoa,
does
whoa,
not
whoa.
face shift, was not looking in that direction, it seems. Ice Blast hits, and he's dead.
Oh, these are some big kills that Tundra are just getting for free. Both side lanes, nice picks.
BZM, toss back, collapse. This is a harder one, especially with the Rue nearby. Dyrachyo is going to show up with that Radiance. Collapse has already popped his ult.
Saksa is
The
burning out.
urn is going to be enough. Are they actually going to chase this?
Searing
Collapse
Signet is
doesn't
so
have-
good on Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, this is very annoying to deal with. There's a big toss back onto Miposhka, so another death, rather.
Another die has been cast.
What? Wait,
Did I see that
what?
right?
What? No way.
Dyrachyo's buying Yules?
No way. That must have been a misclick.
He's trying to...
What?
He's just countering the Ursa matchup 1-to-1, I guess. Like, now he can...
What?
Now he can handle him himself.
What?
He has a way of break... Honest... I actually fuck with this. I think this is super good.
That's a swear word for you?
Yep, I agree with that, and I take full responsibility.
Wow.
Okay.
I have never seen this before.
This has so many uses in this game that I think it's really good. When you talk about like these edge case items, you're kind of looking at, okay, how often are they going to matter?
Yeah.
So this Yules can stop Ursa during Enrage, break out of Coil, break out of Puck Silence, remove Track, get out of Global Silence at least for the first
Oh,
part.
break out of coil, you mean if it's upgraded?
No, if you place yourself perfectly on the coil, you can
Oh,
snap
you
it
can
while
still
you're
do
Yuled,
that?
right?
Okay.
And if nothing else, you can buy time for Rage. I think this is a
The
super cool
Avalanche.
pickup.
Enrage is going to come out from Radon. Attempted TP,
He'll get out.
and he's fine. Very close to 33 getting that roar off.
The thing that's so cool about this is that effectively this is kind of working like a pseudo BKB for Dyrachyo, where he can play way more confidently on pushing waves, because how do they gank him, right? The way they tried to kill him the previous times was Coil with Ursa, and then they were staggering Waning Rift plus Global Silence. He can just choose what he wants to do. Do you want to Yule the Ursa and run? Do you want to Yule off the Silences and get off Rage and maybe TP out?
All right.
This is cool.
You're
I
making
really,
it
really
sound
like
really
this.
good.
Yeah,
I am not a believer until I see it.
that's fair. Now here's the thing about this item though. You might, just the fact that he has it removes plays from the opponent, right?
Yeah.
So you might not even get to see a moment where you're like, damn, the Yules was so good. It's the fact that now you don't get to see the situations where he could have needed something like this, right?
Right.
I really think this is a very cool adjustment.
It is very unique. I mean, Dyrachyo is a unique individual. No doubt about it. And Aegis
High ground we go.
still there for Dyrachyo. You got to get through his Aegis, his Radiance, his Armlet, his Yules on Lifestealer.
Yule!
In case you missed it, Yules on Lifestealer. Has this ever happened before? I don't
It's
know.
probably been a Wind Waker game here or there, right? Surely, at some point. But
Possibly.
this
yeah.
is probably one of those like 1% of games item.
Come on, dude. It's less than 1%.
1% of Lifestealer games has a Wind Waker? I don't know
way.
about that.
No way. No way.
Really?
No chance.
Okay, I mean 1%.
I will make a bet on that one. 1%, please.
1% has Wind Waker. Really? 1 in 100 games.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Doraccio,
Find with Poshka, nice
quite
force.
in range.
40 seconds left on the Aegis.
Oh. Collapse. He is going to be found. A nice toss back onto Rue. They will clean him up.
And now Collapse is being chased.
Very tanky boy. Look at BZM just following him. Patrol available. They want to pop that borrowed time. You can see the rest of Team Spirit not going to attempt to assist in this case. So this will be a kill eventually. What do you think of his build in this game for Collapse? We've seen this as kind of like a side build.
Yeah, I'm not sure how sold I am on this. It's like, it's extremely defensive for the time being, right? Having Glimmer and Blade Mail, and now he's going for the Orchid. But this Orchid is kind of, you know, Lifestealer as Yules. You're not gonna kill him with it. You can kill the Dazzle, which I guess is really valuable, but we'll see when he gets there. He's still got a little bit of time to go for it. And Doraccio, despite not having the Aegis, doesn't seem to care very much. Will be hitting the high ground. Knowing he has Grave on backup, Whitemon has level 2 Grave, so 800 cast range.
That's right.
They're just giving up the lane.
Are they, though? Yatora's going to jump. He's going to get rooted. He's going to get tossed back. There's the global silence. And the Yules now from the Lifestealer. Believe it or not, Coil onto 2 heroes at the moment. Open Wound's going to bring Doraccio back to a respectable amount of HP. They take out the Bounty Hunter with ease. And this is a lane of racks as BZM will be infested. And Tundra with a 10k lead. Oh, the jump in. BZM with another toss back. The AA blast is coming. It's a big one onto both Maposhka and the Bear. That's a buyback, though, from Maposhka. Radon has already used his ultimate. Back to base he goes. 33. We've seen you dive a little bit too much in the past.
Yeah, but he has a Yule.
Many Yules on this team, it seems.
We were joking about the, you know, is the meta going to change in this hour of pause? There you go.
Brain rot has set in hard in this game. They forgot what positions they're playing.
Is anyone else buying Yules? No, it looks like it's just the 2 of them. I love this.
Whitemon is.
I love this.
Yeah, there's a
Wait,
third.
does he have a Yule? Isn't it 4-star?
It's coming. On the courier.
Oh, you're right. I was sure that was a force. So triple Yule.
Triple Yule Scepter. Smoke broken up. The fact that they could do this without an Aegis, by the way. BT dub, sorry.
Yeah, well, how do you want Spirit to go on them?
I don't know. I'm not the analyst.
I can just keep Yuling. You're invulnerable forever.
That's true. That is a lot of invulnerability. Open Wounds to start things out. Tower's dead. Backdoor protection kicks in, though. And Doraccio leading the way. Radon's going to jump in. There's the Yule Scepter from Doraccio. Coil again expended, but there's a big Ice Blast onto Radon. Popsy and Rage trying to run away. There's the Roar on top of him. He's dead. 65 seconds of no Ursa. But Poshka's next. No way to get back in the game either. They blow up the Abaddon. Collapse does have buyback, but this push is not stopping anytime soon. They find the Bounty Hunter in the back. He gets up a couple tracks, but he's going to die shortly after. Double kill for 33. 2 buybacks available for Spirit. This is a second lane of racks. As GG's come out, they cannot withstand the Yule Scepter of Divinity.
Damn. That was a really, really cool way to win this game, I have to say. I'm very impressed. I mean, it's one thing that their lineup obviously had really strong tempo and had the ability to do this, but damn, that was super, super cool to bring all of these Yules into play in this situation. And yeah, I have to say, so a lot of the time when you have this long of a pause, you can kind of get thrown off your game a little bit or lose focus or whatever. They very quickly realized what they needed